ow, ow, ow during the show because odds are I'm moving. Odds are I'm moving around and it hurts like shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, you just brought it upon yourself, so that's cool.
Eh.
Let me tweet the link out.
And I will retweet it.
That's cool of you to do. Copy. I'm trying to get the fucking thing on. Oh, there we go. Going to my Twitter. Pressing Control V. All right, done.
Oh, I got like 6 mentions on here. Shit.
You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck.
Oh my god.
What?
Someone posted a picture of Steven from Steven Universe with a star over his face that says, proven worst fandom time and time again.
Awarded.
Oh my god. I mean, I said it yesterday. Say what you want about the Sword Art Online fandom, at least they don't drive people to kill themselves.
No, that's what the show itself does.
Ah! Yeah, welcome to the Baka Gaijin show where we hate on all your favorite shows.
I don't hate it either. Sometimes I just like to make a joke.
Yeah, honestly, my opinion on Sword Art Online is like the show's harmless, the fans are toxic. And
There are very few things I hate. It's mostly people.
yeah, I mean,
I hate cauliflower, but you know.
Oh, I hate asparagus.
Mmm.
A delicious green urine.
Understandable. I'm pretty sure that's what they water it with when they grow it. It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be. It's the only explanation. Anyway, I'm gonna start a sec. I'm gonna just cough. I'm not gonna mute
every time, man.
No, sometimes. No, usually
like a ritual.
Usually, I gotta clear my throat for the speaking. I don't want to just do it halfway through like.
Of course, it's not like, hold on, guys, I have tuberculosis.
Hold on, I'm having an epileptic seizure.
Yeah, let me just flop around. Yeah, let me just flop around for a
warning. This episode of the Baka Gaijin show may have random flashing lights. You've been warned. During high school,
is that like when you're high and you can taste colors and hear?
Yeah, yeah, it's exactly like that.
Baka Gaijin, it's like an acid trip.
You should watch Baka Gaijin show in a well-lit room as far away from the TV as possible.
I can't say shit. Good.
What's there to see? Avatars and circles and new Google logo? Dude, there was a kid in my sophomore year, I think. We had a bunch of older monitors in the computer lab, and he got like the shitty flickery one, and nobody knew he had like he was weak to like epilepsy. Ooh. He had like epilepsy and whatnot, and he went into like full shock right there. That was creepy. Like it looked like he was being possessed for real.
Wow, that's not good. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right. With that setting the tone.
Hit dark.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Baka Gaijin show. Here I am I'm Zeke Freak, and here I am with my indescribable co-host Kevin Faulkner.
I heard all over.
Why don't you tell us why that is?
I was working a haunted house last night, and I was playing one of the zombies in the courtyard near a fountain area.
Right.
And I ended up getting like the award for like 4th best scarer because unlike other haunted houses, this one actually had prizes. And I had a great time last night. Best line of the night came from one of the patrons. It was like a 9-year-old girl with her parents. Her dad said, "Don't you want to take a picture with the zombies?" And the little girl's like, "No, I don't want to take a picture with the zombies. The zombies need Jesus. That's what they need."
Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus. What if you just like spoken like this thick black guy voice, like y'all motherfuckers need Jesus? It's like me and my friend came up with a theory for why Samus never talks, and it's because if she did, she'd sound just like Kratos. Ridley, I will slay thee.
I do a voice, but I was growling all night, and my voice is a little hoarse.
Yeah. I sometimes wish that
Yeah,
my
my voice is a pony. It's a little hoarse.
I sometimes wish that my family would die in a horrible car crash so that I could be alone in these recordings, so I could do crazy voices and shit. But you know how it is.
To lucky effect.
The show has been improved thanks to their untimely deaths. So anyway, it's just the two of us today.
This episode of the Baka Gaijin Show brought to you by Karma.
This episode of the Baka Gaijin Show brought to you by me being too lazy to find a third chair. Anyway, not even a third person, just a third chair for them to sit in. There's like a line of people outside being like, I want to be on the show. No, we don't have a chair. And I refuse to make you stand like some kind of underpaid usher.
Good.
You ever have those people? You ever been to one of those events where there's like, you got to stand? I hate that.
Oh my God. Do you mean the DMV?
It's called the BMV now.
Oh.
At least in Ohio, it's called the BMV.
Well, here in Cali, it's still called the DMV.
The one time I went there was like at 8 a.m. when they first opened, so I was like third in line, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I can't really do that very much, so I always get there in like the middle of the day.
It was also like right
sitting down.
I had orientation that day too, and I was about to leave for that, and they just called me like, "Yeah, your driver's license is expired. We need you to renew this and then come here." So I did that.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny.
I've later found out that's a very common occurrence.
Yeah, it's kind of funny over at the Riverside DMV. I'm not sure if it's like that every time you go, but if there's like if someone gets called up and they get up, there's like a scramble by everybody else who's currently standing up to get to that one goddamn chair.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand. That happened. Like that same thing happened to this one girl when I was being drug tested for this Walmart job, and like everyone who they hired that day was going to the same drug testing place at like the same time. And this one girl got turned away because her driver's license was expired. So happens to a lot of people, I guess. That's another instance in which I had to stand because they only had like 4 seats, and I was standing behind the door, and I kept knocking into this plant. And then on the intercom, they're like, "Sir, please stop bumping into the plant. There's a camera in there, and you're making me dizzy."
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And then I just kept doing it. And then I just kept doing it more because whatever, trolling.
You're a dick.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Zeke knows he's a dick, and he's just gonna keep doing it even if you tell him to stop.
Yeah.
Because he's a dick.
How about you just not watch the monitor then? How about that?
Oh, but I have to make sure that people don't steal the pens.
It's my party. I'll bump plants if I want to.
Actually, no, it's not your party. It belongs to the county of wherever the fuck.
It belongs to the county. I love it when authority figures act like counties are things.
They're kind of not.
I mean, they are, but it's like most people.
You live in a generalized area that has multiple cities, which are named after.
I will take over the entire tri-state area. I
want to do the Doofenshmirtz voice so bad, but
I always thought it was the same guy who did Ryo's voice in Shaman King, but it's not. It sounds so similar, but it's not.
Nope. Nah, it's Dan Povenmire. But
that sounds like a guy who that sounds like a farmer market guy. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like Povenmire's. Do you remember back when times were simpler?
Povenmire Farms remembers.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like that.
Okay. I keep saying Baka Gaijin show is the more structured show. Otaku Midnight's more freeform, and here we are talking about the DMV for 10 goddamn minutes.
You know what? If we have to sit in there for hours on end, we can talk about it for 10 minutes.
I'm sorry. See, this is why comedians love talking about the DMV because all the crazy people go there.
Yeah.
All the crazy shit happens. It's like the most boring and at the same time most interesting place in the world.
Well, because when you're in those kind of boring situations, that's when you people watch the most, and then you just see how fucking stupid people are, and
Like
and
there's
there
this
you
one like
instant
there's this
material.
like there's this one guy shitting in a corner, and this
Yeah,
other
yeah.
guy just kind of walking into a wall over and over like he's a broken Nintendo 64 character.
That's me sometimes,
Uh,
just for
which
fun.
explains a lot about the brain damage, actually. Uh,
Kevin, what,
what?
Kevin?
What?
Yeah.
Ow!
I,
Ow!
what?
God damn it!
Who?
God damn it! Stop making me laugh. Hitler. So.
Would you kill Hitler as a baby? No.
Ow! God.
I love how everyone acts that now like it's such a thought-provoking question. It is. It's a thought-provoking question that's been asked for the last 70 years.
Great Scott.
Exactly.
Speaking
Exactly.
of which, that's topic number 3, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Time
Yep.
travel.
So our first topic is
Or am I getting ahead of myself, or is the future of me getting behind me?
I just looked behind me for real. I was like, what? Where am I? You ever have like that moment where you see someone who like looks vaguely similar to you and you're like, is that my future self?
Yes, I've had that like once where I was like, "Is that me?"
Yeah, is that me? Yeah.
Dun,
And sometimes I
dun,
see like
dun, dun,
kids
dun,
who look like I used to. I'm like, am I my own future self? What's going on here?
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
I can't it's statistically improbable, but I really want to meet, everyone has like what is it, like 5 people that look exactly like them. Some
Yeah,
statistic like that. I really want to like just randomly run into one at the same place.
that would be so great, honestly, because it's like you're me,
Yep. And then we do the we
my
do
own
like
clone, my
we,
own clone. Now neither of us will be virgins.
no, it's no, like you just run into them, you look at each other for like a full minute, and then you do like the mirror thing where you start like trying to mimic each other. Like, ooh. Like you raise your hand, they raise their hand. Yeah, that would be great. I remember there was a project, I think last year, I think that like Find Your Lookalike project or something. They got like really close. I like I think I remember like the women had an easier time and like the black guys had it the hardest.
and they say all black people look the same.
Yeah. They don't. That's not it, Kevin. They all sound the same. That's what it is.
Ah, shit.
I actually, when I was like really little, and remember how I established earlier in this show's continuity that I grew up in a place that didn't really have black people. I actually asked in a room full of black people, how come you all sound the same? And I was like 8.
Oh, you poor innocent child.
To my surprise, they were actually very kind and explained that it's more of a regional thing than a race thing.
Oh my god! Wow, that's actually rather. That's I like that. I like that happy
Yeah,
ending.
yeah,
But
they're actually very civil.
good luck having that today, though.
Yeah, yeah, not
Yeah,
today.
today it's like, why do you all sound the same, nigga? What?
Nowadays, it's like I'm going to Tumblr about this. Exactly what it's like.
So, what's our first topic today? God damn it!
Our first topic is recent happenings in 2016 anime hype, because it's getting to be that time of year where we got to get used to writing 2016 on checks and shit.
The past week has been crazy with the announcements. Not only did
Mm.
we like yesterday, we got an announcement of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable getting animated, which I'm looking forward to.
Diamond is animated.
Yeah, there's a guy I follow called Wasabi, and
Isn't it what?
he
Isn't it Asagi?
no,
Oh,
and he uh, I think maybe I don't know,
I don't
but
remember.
a while ago he posted a tweet called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is unanimated, and when that announcement came out, he quoted himself and said, "My joke is dead." But I love you, Chaika. But yeah, I think it is Asagi. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The guys that the
So
guys that
score
the
score
guys that
one Zeke.
yeah, the guys that got like a giant boner over Chaika or something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, who doesn't really in this day and age?
Me, Chaika, sexy.
So
But
anyway, JoJo's Part 4 animated. I have to watch Part 3 still. I gotta watch JoJo in general.
Stardust Crusaders is definitely slow at the beginning, but once you reach the last half, it just picks up.
I'm
Not like the
sorry. I'm sorry. You're talking to a guy who's watching Yu-Gi-Oh! GX at the moment. I'm used to things starting slowly.
right, but probably the biggest announcement has been day before yesterday, where we actually got confirmation that we're actually getting a new season of Full Metal Panic.
Mm.
Um, and you know, normally you would think Anna Twitter would be all over that, but it seems that the collective Anna Twitter reaction was just eh. But then we got a JoJo announcement, and we're like, what?
Yeah, like it's always that way where it's like you get one major announcement, it's like, huh, cool, and then you get two in a row, and it's like, what?
Like the second one that's more obvious and more likely to happen gets more hype, whereas the one that comes out of nowhere is just like, well, that's a thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like fucking what was it at E3? The thing that wasn't Shenmue 3, and then Shenmue 3 happened.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, it was like that all over again.
Sony fucking won. Sony fucking nailed that conference.
So hard.
Like even Pro Jared, who was like, there are no winners at E3. He started up his video saying Sony won E3.
Actually, no contest. They usually, like, for me, they usually win. Even when they spend 40 minutes talking about fucking Wonder Book, they usually win. When did that even happen? Like,
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think they ever actually released Wonder Book. And they got like fucking J.K. Rowling like narrating a thing. It was like, well, it was something about Pottermore, blah 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 blah. Nobody cares.
Pottermore.
It is amazing to me that nobody gave a crap about Pottermore. Like, you'd think something that big with just the name alone would be like, oh, everybody cares about Pottermore. No, the concept was so stupid that absolutely nobody cared about it.
I don't know what that is, but okay. But
It was like some
anyway.
kind of like what it sounded like a website with like commentary by her and other readers and shit. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know. It was weird.
but not only are we getting JoJo Part 4, and not only are we getting Full Metal Panic Season 4, we are also getting. Hold on, what was the other 4 thing that I found?
I
Shit.
don't fucking know. I was going to talk about other things, but you go ahead.
I'm goddamn stupid today.
Four.
But
Was it like recent? Can I look it up?
yeah, I posted it like 2 days ago. I haven't been tweeting much the past couple of days.
No, you've been retweeting a lot though. I'll just do like Control F on ANN for like 4. 205 results. This will be quick. It's not even going down. What the fuck? I guess I'd be under news. That would be okay. JoJo's 4. See, it was October 24th lately, so that's where all the 4s are coming from. Full Metal Panic, yes. I don't. I remember you saying something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, hold on. Almost there. I'll be there in a second.
Fucking
Okay,
wait.
Okay. Oh, and we also have the 4th Tenchi Muyo OVA coming out next year. I don't know. As a Tenchi fan, I am excited by default.
I like how you're a fan of Tenchi, but not Muyo.
Haha.
That's very particular.
But,
and then we also have Hunter x Hunter dub to look forward to.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yep.
I'm hoping they go with an LA dub.
That's Viz, so they gotta.
Well, Viz has done work with Ocean Productions in the past, so
they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that again.
Yeah, because
I didn't mind it, but a lot of people did.
Like, yeah, they're probably not going to do that again because
Yeah.
opinions on the Hunter x Hunter 1999 dub are kind of mixed to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're probably going to go with an LA dub. They should bring back what was it, Brendan Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, as Hisoka, because like you said, he's got Hunter in his goddamn name.
Yeah. It's like, how perfect is that? Come on.
Not to mention he's basically begging visits, like, please let me voice Hisoka again. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Although part of me thinks it's like, well, this is a guy who's had like maybe 4 notable roles in his life, so this could be his big chance to make a career move. But also, it's like I feel the passion, so whatever.
I mean, hey, he's clearly got passion for the role, so
Yeah,
why not?
was his favorite according to him.
Hey, why not?
Yeah, I bet he was in the room when fucking Tabitha St. Germain brings cookies, because apparently she does that.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to meet Tabitha St. Germain. She sounds like a really fun person.
She was the better Shauna. She was the better Shauna.
I agree.
I'm sorry, Jeremy, but you know.
Yeah,
There
Jeremy
can only
Lake,
be
you're
one.
great. You're a great actress,
I like,
and
dude.
you did well. But Tabitha St. Germain just nailed that role perfectly.
So iconic.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I loved you as I was really impressed by your performance as Kamaru in another episode that I just played. Jeremy, if you're listening, I don't know why we're talking directly to her now.
Yeah, if you're listening, which you're not.
Just in case, let the record stand. Good job. Anyway,
it's like 1 in a million chance she's listening.
Yeah, but remember, there's an infinite number of universes, so there's also an infinite chance that she is 100% listening to this podcast. It's that Portal joke again, where it's like, so what? Since there's an infinite number of universes, one of these universes, or there's we think there's a universe made of money, and there's an infinite number of universes, which means there's an infinite number of money universes, which means your odds of finding it are 100%.
That's not how it works.
That was funny. I love that.
It's funny, but it's not how it works.
I know. That's the joke, is that he doesn't understand probability. Even his assistant was like trying to correct him. He was like, no, Greg, not now. That's amazing.
I love it.
And it's J.K. Simmons, so everything sounds funny out of his mouth.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
I like how he is like an actual voice actor now. Like he's always done stuff, but now he's like, that's what he does now.
Hey, if the shoes fit.
Yeah.
And he's also got this fucking voice.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those people with the fucking voice.
Yeah, like that homeless guy they found that had the golden radio voice. Remember him?
Yeah, him. Yeah, I remember him. Didn't he die?
I think I would have heard about that. Although, to be fair, a homeless man dies doesn't usually make headlines, so
Unless it's Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Dude, that guy's voice was so amazing. He like I think Morgan Freeman was like getting wet.
Ow.
But anyway, presumably the rewrite anime they announced will air next year.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's totally a thing.
Yeah, it exists. Well, it will at some point. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, I have no history with rewrite, nor do I know much about it, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll
Yeah.
I'll give it a looky-loo.
Yeah. I'll give it a go. Give it a.
Oh, we also have that new Axel World anime.
Axel World.
Shut up.
No, I'm trying. No, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Because all I can think about is that joke from Disgaea 4, Axel World. So I don't know what that is. I'm looking at
Excel World.
Oh, I thought you said Axel World.
It's like Axel Rose,
Yeah, yeah.
the MMO.
Yeah, I'm like, I would have just called it Guns N' Roses the animation or something, but I mean, I'm not a marketing expert, so whatever. Doesn't Axl Rose like spell his name like AXL?
Yeah,
That's amazing. That
I
sounds like
love it.
that sounds like a like if they did like Anime Expo in London, like they'd call it AXL.
Or it sounds like someone trying to make or it sounds like someone trying to make a blog name, but they have a limited amount of characters, and they're
Right,
also
right.
and they're also trying to make sure that they have a different name from other people with a bunch of similar names, so they just drop one of the letters.
Yeah, yeah. That's how you make site like services these days. I just found out that Louder like DR is a thing. It's like a website for like covers like anime cover songs.
Louder, pump it, louder.
Because I was listening to Lee and Lee's cover of Paper Moon, you know, the second Soul Eater theme,
Yeah,
which
Every,
actually
ev-
their
everyone
cover.
says everyone
Gone.
says that's a better opening, but I prefer Resonance.
I prefer Resonance too, but then I heard this English cover of Paper Moon, and now I like Paper Moon.
Well,
So
not like Paper Moon's bad. Not that I hate it
no,
or
no, no,
anything.
no, no. I'm just I'm not
Like
I'm not even
I got the MP3 for both.
I'm not even saying I like it more. I'm just saying that I was kind of meh on Paper Moon, and then I heard this English cover, and now I like Paper Moon. So there you go. But apparently,
It,
Louder is a service for like anime cover songs that they like handle all the licensing and whatnot. So you can
cool,
just focus on making the money.
cool.
Yeah, cool.
Focus making the money on other people's songs that you happen
Yeah.
to know how to
Donate
sing.
to my Patreon and subscribe to me on Louder, and also just give me money because I have no notable skills other than singing other people's songs. They're very talented. I'm just joking. I'm
completely
Josh.
off
What?
completely off topic, but I'm looking at my Kinito Mosaic DVD, and I'm looking at the rating that Sentai Filmworks gave it. Why the fuck is this TV 14?
Mm,
It's got like one boob joke, but it's like very PG.
that's a good question. Maybe it's like
And
the
there's
ESRB. Maybe it's like the ESRB where if they see like anime at all, they'll be like instant T.
unless it's Yokai Watch. Buy our
Yeah, yeah,
game.
yeah. Well, that's probably hideously censored anyway, so whatever.
Not from what I've seen. Like
Right.
they don't refer to the characters as demons, but that's about it.
Well, yokai aren't really demons; they're more spirits. So,
Eh,
I mean, they're like yeah. I guess spirit would be the best Western equivalent, I suppose. The problem is
yeah, but
Japan is like a bunch of different kinds of spirits. So to
yeah,
them,
but
it's more specific, but to us, it's just
yeah,
spirit.
yeah, and Spirit Watch doesn't exactly have the same ring to it.
Yeah, I'm glad they kept the yokai part at least.
Yeah, but they put a dash in the middle
Oh,
for marketing reasons. So it's Yokai Watch.
yo, Kai. What's like Kai from Beyblade? Like, what's up? That's the wrong show, dumbass.
Yo, Kai, my nigga, what's up?
Exactly. Now you're getting it.
Oh my god.
Is that going to succeed? Do you think that's going to succeed? I know almost nothing about Yokai Watch.
I played a little bit of the demo. I think it's got good enough gameplay to where it'll get some decent word of mouth.
Yeah.
And it definitely looks marketable enough. I think it'll do decently. Like I think it'll move units.
That's the thing, is that it's so hard for me to like grasp what the kids are into these days. I don't mean like people like 5 years younger than me. I mean like actual children. Like sometimes I just sit back and wonder. I'm like, so they keep making more Yu-Gi-Oh, so obviously kids are buying things, right?
No, it's the adults doing that.
That's what everyone says. That's what everyone on Yu-Gi-Oh Reddit says. Like, well, since we're the ones spending all the money, they should cater more to us. So stop censoring scissors, please.
Well, I'm well, honestly, every time I go out and see people buying Yu-Gi-Oh, if it's at Walmart, if it's like Target, if it's in like a card shop or a comic book shop, it's always the adults buying the newest expansions and shit. I have
Yeah.
never seen a kid buy Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, like I know what happened when I was a kid, but I don't see it happening today. Like I really want statistics on this because Konami seems to think they're aiming towards children, but I don't know any kids that are into Yu-Gi-Oh like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
but of course,
I know some like middle school girls who are like into the show, but that's different.
yes, we know you would go down on Merrick's dick. We do not need to know exactly how you want to go down on Merrick's dick.
Oh no, he's like a asexual trans boy or something. I'm sure.
Oh, fuck off.
No, he's probably just gay. But then again, everyone in Yu-Gi-Oh is gay, so whatever. Like like in many cases, that is so implied that it honestly doesn't bother me because I don't even consider that extrapolation. I'm like, yeah, they're just gay.
There's supposed to be a topic here. I think we lost it. Go check under the rug. I'll check in the fireplace. Found it. We're supposed to be talking about 2016 hype.
Oh, right. I mean, whatever's fun to listen to, I suppose. We're the guys who did an escapism topic where we talked about everything but escapism. So,
oh god damn it!
That's just the kind of show this is. It's like as long as we're talking about things we are passionate about, I don't give a fuck. But
there's supposed to be a topic here. I like how I put that. Like I put it like an actual search that we're trying to find the topic.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you forget. I mean, I don't think it's happened yet, but you know, I mean, yeah. I mean, you forget for a moment, but if you're asked, you always remember. Now you made me forget what I was talking about. Something about
we
Tumblr.
were talking about how Konami thinks that they're catering to kids, but they're not. But
right. I'm glad that
here's another thing. You also have to deal with those parent-teacher associations that lord over all of this and very strict FCC regulations and shit like that.
I've actually heard that Konami is having a very difficult time. ArcV's dub, the current Yu-Gi-Oh, is airing on Teletoon.
I thought it was Arc 5.
It is. I like pissing people off. Anyway, it's airing on Teletoon.
Hunter x Hunter.
Exactly. It's airing on Teletoon in Canada right now, but I've heard Konami is having a really, really difficult time getting any American channel to air it because they see ahead and they're like, this is a very dark show for children. I don't think we want this anymore.
Even with the edits.
Yeah, like there's some stuff later on where it's like you can't edit around this without removing it. Like there's like full-on episodes where it's like you just can't air this for children.
Can you give me some examples? Because this sounds interesting. I'm like, so fucked up.
Yeah, like it's like
people dying. Count me in.
Yeah, like death and like torture and shit. Like stuff like that. But what the fuck? I keep losing my train of thought. But because they're not being able to air it because they can't find anyone who wants to, and I'm just like I actually had an interesting thought experiment that I ultimately said no to. I'm like, because if we think about who they used to get to air it, I'm like, Cartoon Network doesn't really air anime outside of Toonami anymore. I don't think Nicktoons was never into anime at all. I mean, they had Kai for a while, but
and they marketed the shit out of that only because it got like 2 million viewers per episode or something.
Yeah, and look what they did to that. And they even dropped that.
It's like 1 week they just completely stopped airing Dragon Ball altogether.
It was like really weird, actually.
It's like we're also going to start airing GT, and then halfway through GT, it's like, yeah, GT. What's GT?
Yeah, exactly. It was exactly like that.
What's a Dragon Ball? Is that something you eat? That sounds lewd.
Well, he did
censor it.
He did. He did eat it in GT, so you know. I'll keep this safe. I'll do what you do. Goku, you can't swallow a Dragon Ball. It's like, oh. I'm surprised he didn't break his fucking jaw.
Oh my god, that must
But
have been hell to get out, though.
yeah, but it's like
Full disclosure, I have
oh
not
yeah,
seen.
yeah, yeah.
I do not remember much of GT other than that
I'll
I hated it.
I'll tell you one thing. It's going to require an enema and some Vaseline. Maybe some magnesium citrate. Uh, I can relate.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like even when they were airing Zexel, like they aired it on like the most obscure, like the CW. Like, what the fuck is the CW? And what kid is watching the CW?
Hmm.
Like, what is that? What channel is that? What number is that?
Uh, Over in some place, I think it's generally like in the 50s.
Well, I think does that depend on what service you have?
It does depend on the service.
Yeah, but the fact remains the CW is not a Cartoon Network.
No, that's where we see stuff like Supernatural, The Flash, and Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal fits right in with that crowd somehow.
Yeah,
It's just weird. So, but yeah, I had a brief thought experiment. I'm like, they like what's the one place they could air it on TV? I'm like, they're not gonna do Toonami. They can't do that. That's just
maybe if they made an uncut dub of it, I don't know.
yeah. Well, they'd have to do it again because
Because
the one airing in Canada is just as censored as the other ones, maybe more so.
like I'm trying to figure out because it's like something similar is going on in my mind with Digimon Adventure Try
Right.
In Japan that's clearly being aimed for the adult fans.
Right.
Like I believe the first movie is out in Japanese theaters already,
I think.
and I believe somebody actually posted some screenshots that they took of the movie, and apparently this is some spoiler alerts. So if you don't want to know about this, just mute.
Yeah.
But apparently, you know how fans were like really not looking forward to it because it's like they're going to acknowledge Zero Two, and people were like, "I don't want Zero Two to be part of the continuity anymore."
Well, yeah. Well,
Zero
the thing
Two.
is, there was like on both sides. It was like some people were like, they better not acknowledge 02, and then some people were like, oh, they better acknowledge 02. So
Yeah, well, here's the thing: they acknowledged Zero Two in the way of they basically said, "Oh, you don't want these characters in here? You don't like the characters? You want the characters gone? Okay, how about we kill them?" There is actually a scene in the first movie where it shows like in red and black, like the main characters getting manhandled by the main villain. Like their digivices are broken and they're probably dead.
Gray is informing me that the CW is what used to be Warner Brothers. Like what?
Yeah, it used to be the WB.
Oh. 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 I'm sorry. It's it's the fucking it's the brain damage again.
Run with it, man.
That's different, but I don't think the CW has the same prestige as the WB had, back in the day.
Not quite as much. It's basically it is essentially the CW combined with it's essentially the WB combined with UPN, and its popularity is somewhere in between there.
I'll tell you one thing: I've never even heard of the UPN, so that speaks volumes. Then again, I haven't watched TV in like 6 years, so whatever. Cut the cord, people. Cut.
Yeah, it hasn't been the WB since like 2006.
Yeah. Oh, I remember when they ended that. That was a sad time in my life. I'm like,
the last thing they showed was Michigan J Frog. Props to them.
That's amazing.
It's like tears, man, tears.
Yeah. But like
just Michigan J Frog bowing out and saying, basically saying, "Bye, guys. We'll miss you."
Yep. I am glad that 4K Media is loosening the grip by letting Crunchyroll get subbed Yu-Gi-Oh. That's cool of them. They're getting it extremely slowly, but like I think
where are we on the original 20 episodes?
Yeah, they're doing like with the originals like 5 episodes a month, and with GX it's like 12. So congratulations, you'll have all of the original series in about 4 years. or
Ugh,
something. I'm looking that up right now. Actually, I have no idea. And
that's
I would watch
yeah.
when I move on to 5Ds because I'm almost done with GX. I would watch the Crunchyroll version. I don't like they keep the Japanese names. I don't like how they keep the localized card names because a lot of times characters will say them in English, and if what they're saying in English is different from what I'm reading in English, that bothers me.
Yeah, because before 4Kids shut down, they actually made a subtitled episode of Yu-Gi-Oh. It was one where the characters actually, it's like I think they were in like a graveyard or something, and they were playing a game where Yugi was dressed up as the Black Magician, and
Right. That's
I think that was the episode that gave us the line in the English dub. According to this, I'm dead.
right. I love that.
It's like the one time they used the word. It's the one time they used the dreaded D word.
Yeah. Oh my god, I hate that I have to
According to this, I'm dead.
I hate that I have
But
to fucking put in the dashes. It annoys me.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
we're at
but
20.
yeah, and at one point, and at one point, uh, Yugi is dressed up as the black magician, and in Japanese you hear him say "Black magician,"
Yeah,
but
it's Black Magician.
but you read dark magician, and yet both the Japanese dialogue and the English subtitles call his attack black magic.
Oh yeah. So
That's it's like wow, pick an attack name, asshole. It's
yeah,
like
so
either it's the dark magician with the dark magic, or it's the black magician with the black magic. You don't mix the two.
yeah, it's annoying is what it is. GX is up to 39, so I guess it's 12 or 13 episodes a month, one of the two. I think they
Yeah,
alternated because I remember it was like initially 12, so I think they've gone to 13. I don't know.
yeah.
And then they have all the 5Ds, but I'm not gonna sit around and watch Jack Atlas yell fucking red hot demon archfiend, red hot demon dragon, and then read hot red archfiend dragon archfiend or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
That just annoys me. It's like a weird. Hold on, I think Grace. No, someone just favored something. I thought Gray was saying something, but someone was just favoriting a tweet.
Fuck you.
I hate when that happens, where it's like somebody has a real time comment. No, just a retweet. Thanks for the retweet, but
That's not what I'm looking for right now, asshole.
Exactly. It's like when
read the mood.
yeah. I mean, really now, it's like when you're looking for something at the mall, and someone's like, "Me love you a long time," and like, "Not now, bitch." Okay. I don't have a 20 on me. You know, it's like one of those situations. I forgot Ruby was on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, that's kind of weird because like, is it an anime? I mean, it's getting a Japanese dub.
A really
I
good
mean,
one with like Saori Hayama.
yeah, we got some like big name Japanese actresses doing Ruby in Japan. It's like,
Yeah, it's getting like
damn,
a.
son.
It's not airing on.
Monty would be proud.
Yeah, it's too bad he didn't live to see it. But
Yeah, rest in peace, man.
I don't think they're airing. I don't think they're airing it on TV because of the inconsistent episode lengths. But it is getting a theatrical release, and it's like on Nico Nico or something.
Goddamn theaters! They're showing it in fucking damn.
Well, yeah, it's Japan. They'll show anything in theaters.
Well, yeah, roadshow, but
Yeah. I watched the first episode of Volume 3. See, at first that was just because they wanted to split the first season into 2 volumes, but now it's become so established that they just call their seasons volumes.
Yeah,
it's getting better.
They're gonna call it fans are gonna call it Volume 3 anyway, so might as well.
Yeah, so now they do. It gets like I've learned that Ruby is one of like the few things you just don't tweet about on any Twitter.
Wow, yeah. Especially after Hope Chapman insulted all of the fans by basically making a straw man out of them and saying, "Why don't you have literally no taste?"
Oh, says the bitch who's been trying to make her own visual novel for 10 years.
Oh, snap!
Fucking shots fired right in your fucking face.
Oh man, someone call the police. I believe I heard shots fired.
Yeah. What a
Like,
bitch.
damn son,
Anyway,
damn son,
yeah.
you boarded the boat just to shoot the captain.
It was the shot heard around the world, let me tell you.
It's the start of the revolution.
It's the start of the race or start of the revolution. But yeah, like I've learned on Annie Twitter, just for
Don't
your
talk
own,
about Ruby.
yeah, for your own sanity, don't talk about Ruby. Like, and I don't get the vehement hatred because it's like, okay, here's the thing. I get why people don't like SAO. I don't agree with them, but I get it. With Ruby, I'm like, this is so easily ignorable. If you don't like it, it's like it's so easy to ignore. Like it's not even really in your same sphere of influence. So like
Yeah,
I don't get this hate.
I will give Ruby this. It's got cool fights.
It does.
Yeah,
That was
I think
that
that's
was
I think that's, and it's got some cool characters. Like Ruby's adorable.
yeah, she is.
She's a little
It's getting gradually better. I think its big problem is that it's trying to be postmodern, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
So it ends up feeling generic even when it isn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I thought episode 1 was fine, but then episode 2 came around and it's like we're gonna be in a school for magic users. Yeah, fuck no.
Yeah.
Because
And
how
I
many times have
completely.
we seen this? How many times?
But here's the thing, and maybe I'll talk about this more in the second topic, but that is such a tantalizing idea for a writer. It's like zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah, everyone's done it, but I want to do it. You know? It's one of those things.
it is. It is. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, but I'd be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be like, the fuck, Kevin? You fucking hypocritical bitch. But, that's
I
just.
believe
That's,
you mean contrarian, bitch. Please get the right terminology.
Please call me by my proper pronouns.
I associate it with the pronouns cont,
which
conti, and
which sound.
conter.
I only pick pronouns that sound suspiciously similar to swears so that I can get mad at you for flubbing them up. Someone does. Someone does that.
Hold on. Neon Taster's watching One Punch Man, and there's a scene in this episode where Saitama accidentally punches a dude in the dick, and Neon Taster says "cock punch man."
It's hard to get.
And if you know anything about Saitama's punches, that man does not have a dick anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
His entire groinal region is gone.
I'm trying to find it. He posted the ending of Future Diary, which is interesting. Wonder what the context was there.
Oh my god! I want to do more of my gravelly, scratchy voices, but
Yeah.
they're
eating him, and then he'll be eating me. Oh my
god!
Yep. He posts so much stuff. I can't keep up. I love it.
Neon.
Yeah, Neon.
I love Neon.
I love him too, but I can't keep up all the time. I used to try.
Let me suck your dick, senpai.
Yeah, exactly. Be on my show at some point.
Yeah.
One sec. I gotta cough. Don't fill the void or anything, Kevin.
Oh my god, dude.
What?
Knock
what?
First.
Fuck.
You don't know what I was doing.
You could have seen some serious shit, man. You could have seen, I'm at that age.
Man, this shit could have been heavy.
Yep.
Foreshadowing.
Exactly. Oh, I found it. It was his most recent tweet. I was looking for an image, but no, it's just text.
No. I liked that Hawaiian. I loved
Yeah.
that Hawaiian punch man thing he did. That was great.
I was looking for hilarious Photoshop, but nope, just text. Thankfully, your Neon Taster hilarity comes in all different kinds of flavors. Tell me something.
But yeah, there's Yeah, I don't even
Oh,
know
right,
what
yeah.
we're doing anymore. Let's go on to the next topic.
Yeah. Well, I was going to talk about, or at least say Second Deadly Sin second season next year, but you haven't seen that, so whatever.
What? What?
Second Deadly Sins, not second,
Oh,
seven
oh
Deadly
yeah,
Sins.
oh yeah, that's totally a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Uh,
It exists.
I'm gonna wait until is it on Netflix right now?
Let me fucking look because, god damn it, I don't know shit. Like, I keep hearing about it. Like, is this a thing? Seven Deadly Sins Netflix? Okay, it's on netflix.com/title/ who's watching? Zeke, other stupid people that live here. Why do I get the
But
yellow smiley face?
I got the superhero one.
It says watch season 1 on November 1st. It doesn't
All
say
right,
if it doesn't say if it's dubbed or not.
all right, cool. I'll check it out next month.
Woo! I have a notification. Oh, Criminal Minds season 10. I've never watched Criminal Minds. Someone was on my account.
The bastard.
Continue watching Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown. It's basically his last show, but with a different title. On a different network. Still just as good, though.
Oh my
So,
god, people are hating on Toonami for running marathons of good shows.
like what?
What the fuck?
Like what? Give me an example, Kevon.
Like Michiko and Hachin, or
Well, are they just trying to get rid of it? Is that the thing? Or are they just like
they have to stretch out their they have to stretch out they need a little bit more time to get masters for certain shows and stuff, and
right.
They have to fill a certain time slot, and they have to stretch a show out a certain amount of
I didn't think they were
length.
finished
That's
airing Michiko and Hachin though.
No, they're not. They're coming up on the last couple of episodes though.
Yeah. What do they need masters for? Because they're airing like old shit. Well, some of it is.
They need the masters for the show that they're airing.
Which is
everything. They need tape masters to actually broadcast this stuff.
Oh,
they
the whole thing. I thought you meant like individual shows.
No. They gotta wait for like masters. It's like because sometimes companies will be like really slow to deliver certain masters for certain shows.
Isn't that so fucking weird that it's still done by tape?
A little bit.
That's weird.
But I believe they do a new version of tape that has like HD 10.
Yeah, it's called Super Tape.
Super duper tape.
Super Tape is here. He lets you broadcast in HD.
Here I come to.
Just imagine like a little VHS tape, like with the eyes being like the little reels, and he's got like a little cape tied on. It's an adorable little image. Yep. And then like it's like one of those VHSs that you put like a mini VHS inside for like camcorders and shit. So it's like his sidekick pops out of his mouth. Like a kangaroo. And he's also got his little cape. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of those like mini VHS tapes from my childhood, but I don't have like I guess they call it an adapter to use.
I need to get something to drink, so we should probably go on to the next topic.
Okay, well, we're going to go on break now, so see you after the break.
You're watching Baka Gaijin show. We're stupid.
You're watching Baka Gaijin show. I do the outros. No, I'm kidding.
You could do the intro, man.
It's fine.
All right, I'll be right back.
As long as somebody.
Oh God!
What?
Why does everything hurt?
I don't know.
Right, haunted house.
Fucking pussy, maybe.
Oh fuck!
That didn't even sound like you.
I know.
Like, what baby are you strangling? Well, while you're gone, I'm going to add all the fucking things I've been watching to my hummingbird. Lance and Masks. I watched 2 episodes and then dropped it. Not because it was bad, because I need to watch more GX, because fuck you. Okay. Add to library. I'm currently watching, except I'm not. Oh, no. I don't even remember where this theme is from. I typed in a thing wrong. Oh, shoot. Oh, wait. Is which one's. Wait. Oh, that has 2 question marks, so it's the second season. Are you adding that? The banner is something beach related, so I'm assuming there's going to be a beach episode this season. No, 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 no. Oregon, adding a thing, adding the second season of a show, adding it to my hummingbird list. Let's add One Punch Man.
I return.
That's cool. Ah, geez, fucking garbage.
Oh.
Oh, Juarez? No. Fucking
Serafu.
Sarafu, yes.
Serafu.
Yes.
I just say Seraph of the end because that works.
Does it? I'm trying to find fucking second season. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Adding that. I'm just adding shit to my hummingbird library.
Have you checked it in your? Oh god damn it!
What?
The Twitter app on my phone stopped.
Oh, it's cool.
I hate it when that. I hate it when the apps crash. God damn it!
You want to complete that thought?
Will
Is that
you
it?
fucking work right?
Is that it? Is that just okay? Whatever.
Are you going to work? Thank you. Okay. Talking to my phone like it's a. Like it's
Should My
actually
Mouth
going
Burst
to
is only gonna be 10 episodes. Whatever.
What's going to be only 10 episodes?
Shin My Mao No Testament Burst.
Ah, okay.
I'm just surprised is all. I didn't know. I don't need to add that because that's the same show. All right. I am watching
The heart of the cards, Scoob.
Yep. I'm watching so little. It's almost scary.
Yeah, I'm only watching 3 shows myself.
1 second. Let me just add shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Man, the original Texas Chainsaw was good.
1, 2. What was it now? 1 and then drop.
Have you seen the original Texas Chainsaw?
Yes. It was forever ago though.
I really like that movie a lot. I love it. You could say I adore it.
As far as seasonal stuff, I'm only watching at least what I've put down here. There's probably something I'm forgetting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8. I think yes. Only 8 because I got to focus on this Yu-Gi-Oh marathon because I've concluded I can't catch up by the end of the year, but I might be able to finish Zexal by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorkin's overwritten dialogue, also known as a Sorkin script.
What are we talking about here?
The new Steve Jobs movie.
Oh.
We are never going to get a good
Wasn't
Steve
there one a
Jobs
few
drama.
Wasn't there one a few years ago?
Yeah, but that one was just called Jobs. This one's called Steve Jobs.
Oh, someone was quicker to the licensing firm. Probably. I heard that first one was like one giant dick sucking fest.
It kind of was.
Look at this infallible man who's never done anything questionable.
Yeah, I believe
Also, he's played by Ashton Kutcher. Look at how handsome he was.
Hold on. There was a really good quote by Jobs movie. There was a really, really good quote from one of the people who was really close to Steve Jobs on that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Bill Fernandez, the original Apple employee Bill Fernandez, described the film as the biggest, flashiest piece of fan fiction that there's been to date. That basically sums up the movie, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fan fiction. Specifically, and also, apparently a bunch of people who were close to Steve Jobs were approached with it, and apparently the first draft of the script was so bad that nobody could finish reading it.
Wow.
Like Steve Wozniak read as far as he could stomach and felt it was crap. Like he could not finish it.
Man, Mr. Green Laser himself.
Yeah.
I love that. He just carries that little green laser everywhere he goes.
Daniel Kotke said he consulted on early versions of the screenplay and noted that Ashton is good. The complaint people would rightly have about the film is that it portrays Wozniak as not having the same vision as Steve Jobs, which is really unfair.
Yep.
Early versions of the screenplay were painful, really painful. Forwarded the first draft to Mike Markula because they wanted his feedback, and Mike took such a bad reaction to it, he wouldn't have anything more to do with the project. By the time it got to the fourth draft, it was okay. At least it wasn't making me cringe.
Right. I think that was a result of them really trying to ride the bandwagon of his death and get this out as fast as they could.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And they ended up
making... And also a little bit like, when someone important dies, like, people tend to have rose-colored goggles for a little while.
Yeah. It ended up just being a giant masturbatory piece.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's another word you can use for it. It's masturbatory.
I wouldn't use that because
Steve Jobs is such a good person. He never did anything wrong.
I wouldn't use that phrase because I'm pretty sure Gabby's fucking said that at some point. She's ruining all the buzz phrases.
All the good ones, too.
Yeah, the good and the bad. And then the ugly. The ugly is just her, really.
What's your opinion on Steven Universe as a show?
I haven't seen it.
But you saw that Peridot with Yugi's hair thing that I said.
I thought it was Peridot from Cucumber Quest.
No, that's Peridot from Steven Universe. But apparently they pronounce it Peridot, which is incorrect.
Because they're stupid, of course. Or they're making a joke out of it. I don't know which.
This circle is a metaphor for circles.
I love that so much.
Was that actually in the show?
No, it was there's a guy named Matt who does like Ruby recaps on his Tumblr blog. And it's almost like an abridged series in like text form where he like analyzes and does like modified screen caps. He did one for the Volume 3 trailer.
Which the circle is a metaphor for circles.
Which has them falling and holding hands in a circle. It's like this circle is a metaphor for circles. Because it's like a thing in the Ruby fandom to like overanalyze every little thing. So I think that was a joke about that. This circle is a metaphor for circles. I love it. He's fucking hilarious.
Oh, wow. Are you familiar with the Lewd Emoto? He used to go by Flat as Justice.
Maybe.
Anyway,
does he have a Kuro avatar?
No.
Oh. He's not one of the 12 people that follow you with a Kuro avatar?
There's only 2 people who follow me with a Kuro avatar. Thank you very much.
Anyway, I think I know who you're talking about, so.
But he posted a picture of Yui. He titled it Reminder, and it's Yui in bed covering herself up with a blanket saying, "Can you stop calling me your waifu? Your performance last night was really terrible." And I commented on it with, "You fucking slut. Get out. I'm not making you pancakes this morning."
I'm not sure which Yui are you talking about.
Then someone else, Cobra Commander, said, "Who says you're supposed to enjoy it? Don't make me get the whip."
Which Yui are you talking about?
Yui Hirasawa from K.
Right. Yeah, right. Okay. That was my third guess. Anyway.
I love this picture. It's a picture of from Jurassic Park, but it's the rainy scene where the T-Rex is uh checking out the car,
Yeah,
but whoever was inside the car was replaced with Chaika.
yeah.
Chaika.
My worry about Steven Universe is that it's basically the same thing that Adventure Time basically became, where it basically became too much pandering to that crowd, if you know what I mean.
Steven Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being that, but once you get to a certain level of trying too hard, I get sucked out of it.
Yeah, that's a big problem with last night when you were talking about the editor Kevin for Game Grumps,
Yeah,
you just out of context started saying stuff like, haha, Kevin, you done fucked up, and I'm like, what did I do?
yeah. I knew that was going to happen, but I just did it anyway.
uh,
Because it was hilarious. It was hilarious because you just get it's like, hey, I'm Grump. I'm not so Grump, and then nothing. And it was like, what the fuck? Like I hear that like several times a day. So to not hear them finish it was like so jarring.
oh, dude, I can't believe you actually did not catch this. Uh, I was watching Hunter x Hunter with my sister, and
Uh-huh.
I got to the scene at the end of the Zoldyck family arc where
Mhm.
Killua and Silva do the biting their thumbs and putting their thumbs together and having the blood mix thing.
Right.
I posted a picture of it with the caption, "Now you have AIDS."
My joke for that has always been like, son, now we are blood brothers. And then he's like, Dad, it doesn't work that way. We're
I
kind of
have
already
evidence.
related. I remember the gruesome detail though when he like bit his thumb. You could just see
Yeah,
like
that's
tearing off.
yeah.
Kids, let me tell you something. Skin, it's tougher than you think. You ever had like a chunk of like your toe
Yeah,
fall
yeah.
off or something and you like try chewing it and you're like, this is fucking thick.
No.
Oh.
Why the hell would I chew a chunk of my toe? No.
Hey, you ever do this completely normal thing that everyone does? No, you fucking sicko. Of course I haven't. Like, well, thanks for making me feel like shit. Anyway, let me tell you from personal experience, it's tougher than you think.
Yo, what the fuck? I left my cup of ice outside, and when I went to get someone stole it and left water. Actual tweet somebody made.
That sounds like one of those things where it's like, could this be where intelligent life has developed?
That's actually what it is.
I knew it. It's like the search continues.
I love that.
Yep.
So good.
That's amazing. Something a winter version was like, I left a cup of water outside. Someone went and replaced it with a cup of ice.
Those bastards. How dare they?
Yep.
Wait, hold on. What? Hold on. Come here and say that into the microphone, Jennifer. Come here and say that into the microphone.
Yeah, of course I can paint your Sistine Chapel. Gonna paint a bunch of dudes with their dicks out, though.
Mm.
Mm.
I imagine that's how that conversation went. I just imagine that's how that conversation
I
went.
agree with Zeke.
Gonna paint a bunch of guys with their dicks out. Go away. Jesus Christ. It reminds me of that one episode of Animaniacs where it's like, you expect a bunch of darling innocent children to climb up dangerous scaffolding and paint naked people all over a church? We'll do it!
Yep. I posted this earlier. I want you to look at this screenshot and tell me it doesn't look like an anti-drug PSA. I put it in the Hangout chat.
Hold up a sec. Shit, bitches. I can't see it.
Oh,
I can't
I'll
fucking see it.
okay, I'll
Send it over Twitter.
yeah, okay, one sec. Tell me that does not look like. Tell me that doesn't look like an anti-drug PSA.
God damn it! Fuck! Like, stop it, phone! No!
Phone, you stupid piece of shit. I wouldn't even have you if modern society said I
With
didn't.
everything that's happened since then, I've learned that life's not all fun and get. Yep.
Yeah, it's just the way he's like positioned on the against the
It kind of
background.
looks like the opening to a visual novel that's introducing the characters.
Yeah, it does. It's
Judai
like,
Yuki.
yep, it's really weird.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't think anything else in that show is ever like framed like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like too. He looks too perfectly drawn. He looks like a vector image.
High impact sexual violins.
Oh yeah. Do you know where that meme came?
I'm just going down random.
I remember
shit.
I remember when that happened. Do you remember? Do you know where that meme came from?
I need a refresher.
I was actually there when it happened on the Siliconera thread. When they re-released Atelier Totori for Vita, Atelier Totori Plus, it came over to Australia, and it leaked that it got an R18 from the Australian rating board, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" But you gave Atelier Totori an R18 plus, and then we looked, and the only content descriptor was high impact sexual violence. I'm like, that is such a fucking lie.
It's like the most G-rated Atelier game ever.
Well, every Atelier game is pretty G. Like the most sexual it gets is maybe alternate swimsuit costumes, and it's like the least violent thing for a JRPG. Is like the least violent JRPG ever.
High impact sexual violence. That's great.
That became a meme like instantly because it's just a flat out lie.
It actually came back for a little bit when Shimonetta came out. Someone took a picture of that one girl and changed it so it said high impact love nectar.
Yeah. Anyone who was like an NISA or a Gust fan at the time like knows that meme because we were all there. Like I knew when it happened. I'm like, this is going to be a meme.
Where were you?
Where were you when high impact sexual violence?
Yes, Hammerhead does look like a Dragon Ball Z villain.
I'm gonna use the bathroom. Be right back.
The new One Punch Man episode.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna be right back. Keep the audience entertained, even though I think we have 0 viewers at the moment. Hold on. No, we have 1, so keep them entertained.
Sup, asshole?
Be right back. suck, fucking carpet muncher. What hanging? Be right back.
So lately, I've been watching Hunter x Hunter, and well, I've really been rewatching it, and I'm finally up to Chimera Ant, and I'm kind of like, everybody hates this. I mean, well, not everybody. There are some people who just really hate Chimera Ant for whatever reason, like they think it's a total bust, and I'm just like, I know it's slow, and I know it focuses on a lot of extra characters, but I think it does it for a pretty good reason, and it still manages to be entertaining as slow as it is. And yeah, it's really dark, and yeah, probably not a very kid-friendly show, but then again, it's Hunter fucking Hunter. What do you expect? And Zeke, help me out here. Zeke, stop taking a shit and help me out here. Zeke, stop taking shit. Zeke, come back. I need you. I don't do well alone. Why? Why must you do this to me? I thought we had something. No. Why must you leave me alone in this void of darkness? All alone with our one viewer. Our one viewer who can't say fucking anything. Zeke. Why, Zeke? Why would you do this to me? What the fuck is wrong with me? Ow. Everything hurts. Everything is pain. My existence is hurt. I live for nothing but pain. The fuck? God damn, that's cute. Anime. Annie, your name in college. There you go. Fucking hell. Hmm. Love it. Plugging, huh? Yapu. Cyber Machine. Crust in the Shell. GCA style solid state survivor. What the fuck is this? Guts. You use the heart of the cards. Korean is not spelled with a C. No. 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 You guys don't want to know what I'm looking at. Well, if you check out my Twitter at @CCharmanderK, Zeke, stop taking a shit and get back here. Zeke. 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 Get back here. Zeke. Zeke. Oh, shit. People dying. Oh, God. Help, help, I need something funny to read. We all come from fire and chaos. It makes sense. The desire to return to it. To return crawls into the fire. Ow. I'm trying. I really am. What? Worst feeling in the world is cold feet. You apparently never farted so hard your booty clapped.
All right, fuckers, I'm back. We can have fun again. Sorry for having Kevin bore you.
I don't know. I think I may have kept our one viewer entertained.
Oh yeah,
Especially
really?
with
Let's see if he's still here. Oh yeah, he's still here. Okay. Either that or somebody left and another one came in.
especially with this one thing that I just read off on my Twitter feed. Worst feeling in the world is cold feet. You've apparently never farted so hard your booty clapped. I mean,
I took a while because I didn't make my own tea because somebody fucking drank it all.
oh, I didn't know you were making tea. I thought you were taking a shit.
I'll give him something to drink. No, I have a sandwich.
See, this is what happens when I assume.
You make
It
an
makes an
ass.
it makes an ass out of me. Not
Are
not
you,
not you, just me.
are you an umption? Nom, nom, nom.
Also, go on my Twitter feed. I actually retweeted a picture of It's a SpongeBob SquarePants screenshot where
Yeah, I see
I
it.
can't, it's the suck.
Yeah, I see that.
Squidward, what are you doing? Annie Mae was my stripper name in college. What's some other
Oh, that's what you were
things?
talking about. Was that like a "What's New Scooby-Doo" joke?
I think that was on like a Kids WB.
Right, that would make sense.
I think that was from a Kids WB interstitial.
The fuck is an interstitial?
Something in between programs, or something that is in like in between the show and the commercials, like a bumper.
I'm looking that up because I think you just made that word up.
Yeah.
Stitch. Interstitial cystitis. You fucking took a loan word from a disease. Well, this is what's coming up. Interstitial cystitis, interstitial lung disease, interstitial fluid, nephritis, growth. This is like when Hershey did a Snickers commercial with fucking hungerectomy.
What?
Yeah.
That was a thing?
Yeah. This is a pun on hysterectomy. Yes, I'd like to get my hunger removed.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, if you get your hunger removed,
No, it was
you
mocked
can't
by a
feel
comedian named I mean his name. It was some comedian who did this thing where he would cosplay as
interstitial. Hold on. God, there are multiple definitions on this bitch.
Oh yeah, is that Edward is Bothered guy? Where he would dress up as Edward and like sit in a tree and angst about things.
Yeah.
And one time it was about Snickers ads he hated. Hungerectomy. This is a pun on hysterectomy. Yeah, you can actually. No.
Which of the below do you think are the most important features that should be added for the PlayStation 4? Notifications when friends come online, PS2 Classics, folders, PS1 Classics, a pure offline mode, hide or completely remove items from the library, such as demos, delete items from your library. Isn't that the same as the last one?
Possibly. I wasn't paying attention.
Filtering options in game libraries, download avatars on PS4, custom backgrounds, store wish list.
Oh yeah, I love. Yeah. Snickers had a bunch of these, like Chujitsu,
Ugh.
Satisfactulant.
Ugh. Is that a pun on the word expectorant?
Learn to speak Snacklish.
Oh.
Nuggetabetes. Negatabetes.
Help. This hurts.
Mount Fuji.
This is physically painful to listen to.
There's one on top of a taxi called Snacksy with an X. Take a swim in the Chocolantic Ocean.
No. Stop.
Pledge your nutligence. That's just lazy.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, there's one by a college called Pledge Sigma Nougat.
Oh my god.
Now calling Dr. Feedsmore.
Now calling what?
Now calling Dr. Feedsmore. Oh, I love these.
Oh my god, this is awful. Where
Thanks.
are you reading this?
I just typed in hungerectomy on Google Images and they all came up. Make an appointment for your hungerectomy. Peanuttopolis.
Help me.
Nougatosity.
Jesus Christ, stop.
It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Oh, I love this one. I love this one. Nougat about it.
Ow.
Substantialicious. These were all real. Substantialicious. Delicious. Oh, that's amazing.
There's
And
hair
then
on my. I was
that
about to
is
say
good.
I was about to say there's hair on my palm, but then I realized what that implied. Yes, I do masturbate daily. What is your point? But
Love when you put ice into something you think is like lukewarm and it like disappears in a minute.
this English cover of the Re Cutie Honey theme song is super baller. I'll be the judge of that. Oh, it's by Sapphire.
Hmm. What's that? It just spawned.
Can't hear shit.
Yeah, there's just nothing.
Anyway, next topic,
Yeah, what's that?
because we kind of got a show we're doing right here.
Oh, right.
Welcome to Sega. We make games, I think.
Oh, look, Yen Press redid their website.
Oh, cool.
It's now in widescreen, finally. I hate those websites that are like they're still kind of in like 4:3, and then they have like a bunch of weird space at the sides.
Yeah, that's I don't. You mean like ANN?
Yeah. Well, not some sites are worse than that, but
Where it's got like this one small strip of website, and then there's like a whole shitload of space on the sides.
yeah. When does Excel
Yeah,
Rolling 5
yeah,
come
yeah.
out?
But they're able to get away with it by saying that it's mobile friendly.
Uh-huh. This all the girls it's November 17th. Okay. Okay. I can dig it. Oh. I like how Kuriyuki Hime is on like the first 12 covers, and then there's like Nico. It's like just randomly abruptly changes.
But Kuroyuki Hime is much more attractive.
Yeah. Yeah.
She says.
I will say that. Yen Press, don't use the term graphic novel. I hate when people do that.
Viz.
Not Viz. I was talking about Yen Press, but you know.
Yeah, but Viz does that. Well,
Yeah,
they used to.
I hate that.
Do they still do that?
I don't. Every ad I see has manga on it, so I don't know.
I mean, they used to use the term graphic novel because I thought it was so weird. I knew I was picking up the One Piece manga when I was like 12, but it said One Piece original graphic novel by, and I'm like, it's a manga. This is a manga. This is not a novel.
I actually hate the term graphic novel so much. It was the second episode of the Baka Gaijin show. You can find that on my YouTube channel, right there. I mean, don't stop listening to this, but you know, when we're done.
Shameless plug, shameless plug, shameless plug.
Yeah.
But anyway, what's our next topic, man? I mean, I know what our next topic is, but
right. Do you? It's like one of those things where it's like,
of course.
It's like, of course I know. Do you know? Yeah, I know. I was just testing you to see if you knew. That was what I was doing. I was just making sure that you knew what I already know. Oh, really?
I knew that you knew that you knew that I knew that I knew that you knew.
Yeah, one of those.
It's like things. It's like that one Samurai Jack episode where the entire episode is basically just Aku and Jack one-upping each other.
I remember one time,
and it just kind of ends with Jack going, "And I knew that you knew that you knew that I knew that I would be here and that I would be there," and which is why I hid swords all over this place.
I remember one time when I was a kid, Samurai Jack was on. They aired the first half of one episode, and then when they got back from commercial break, randomly they started the first half of a completely different episode.
Wow,
that was weird. I'm sure it's been.
God.
Sure, it's been documented. What are you dying? Finally.
Bitch, I might. Shut up! I was about to say, bitch, I might, but then you insulted me. I'm gone. I'm not doing a show with you anymore, asshole. Bye. I'm kidding. I'm staying here.
Yeah, I know.
Because you're cool.
Yeah, I can't believe they're bringing over Psychome. That hasn't even had no anime yet.
So
anyway, yeah.
Yen Press brought over Danmachi before it got animated. So
yeah, but that was like the thing. This is like we're doing it again, and it's like, really? I don't know. Anyway, in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Baka Gaijin show. Our next topic is reading dead and a bunch of other bullshit about writing and stuff and whatever.
Short answer, probably. Okay, yeah. Let's go on to the next topic.
Next topic. No. Well, it's not always that simple.
It's like we're trying to skip ahead to things.
Yeah.
It's like we're going over so many things so fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get it.
But
anyway. No, I wondered.
It's almost like we're traveling through this.
Yeah.
In record time.
What are you getting at?
Foreshadowing.
No, I'm just like I wanted to talk about this because as some people know, I write things. Sometimes people read them. Most often they don't. But as I've been part of this writing community for a couple of years now, and I've noticed that I think reading is dying, like for realsies.
Yeah, I agree.
And
because normally you'd think, what with digital releases being a thing, people thought that now that you have books on digital, it'll be so much easier to read and stuff, and no one's actually fucking doing it.
Yeah. Well, here the thing is,
the only digital book anything I have gotten is the first volume of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure: Phantom Blood. That's it.
I've bought audiobooks, but I don't think I've ever bought an ebook. I think that it's, and there was a lot of talk like that, and there still is a lot of talk like that. Like, even now that ebooks have been a thing for like 5-6 years now, people are still like, no, it's the next big thing. Believe us. I'm like, I think it's had its time to run in the sun, as nobody says. And I think it's been proven that, yeah, probably it's helped some people, but it's not the big revolution in literature that some people thought it was going to be.
It's not these are not the droids you're looking for.
Yeah. But
watch Star Wars: The Force Awakens this December in theaters.
Yeah. I think the thing is, though, is that I think this is less I think it's that people have so many different means of entertaining themselves these days that the act of reading something is seen as somewhat antiquated, I think.
Yeah, a little bit, because a lot of the stuff that you can do in a book, you can do in much less time and in a much more visually entertaining way in other mediums.
Right.
Like comic books or movies or TV shows.
But it is interesting to me that people still always say the source is always better, but not as many people read the source.
No,
so
they just read about it on TV tropes. That means they know everything.
I mean, there is that. Like, people are always like, kids don't read these. And like, no, they read plenty. What they're not reading is literature.
Yeah, they're reading stupid SJW bullshit on Tumblr.
Exactly. They're reading more. I read more blog posts and TV tropes pages and articles and things now than I've ever read books. And I used to read a lot of books, so that's saying something.
Yeah, same here. I was one of the big people who was like, I was crazy about the accelerated reader program when I was a kid.
I wasn't crazy about anything school related, but I did like reading, so that's the thing. I learned to read very early. I was like 4, but um, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering a lot. It's hard to gather my thoughts on this.
It's fine.
It's fine. Just kind of a laid back sort of show. You know, we don't give a fuck.
Yawn.
Yeah, the more we joke, the less I actually think of what I need to say. But yeah, I think people are the vast majority of people, unlike myself, don't have as wide a taste. I was talking about to you about this earlier. When I was younger, I would only ever like watch things like I had a history with or things that had been presented to me.
Yeah.
I never really went out of my way to seek out new things. Now I do that all the time, but back then I didn't. I still think most people are in that phase, or at least to them, it's not a phase, just who they are.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because people don't have as much free time as I do, or maybe it's that they don't feel the need to entertain themselves all day like I do. But it's like people are more selective.
Yeah,
And
like I generally keep to the anime the stuff that I'm familiar with, which is why I go for the Gundams and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's the occasional new thing that I check out, but it's mostly if my friends are like really crazy over it.
Yeah. I think that's how most people are. I don't think
I think I'm pretty much done with the constant I'm pretty much done with that whole I need to keep myself consistently entertained phase, and I'm able to be like, yeah, boring is good, boring is fine, I like boring.
I'm not there yet. But the thing is that I don't think most people are self-motivated in seeking out their entertainment. I think they're like you. I think they need their friends to recommend it to them, and they need to have some validation that they're not wasting their time. But that makes it hard for the creator because that means that a certain amount of people have to read your thing before they start being able to recommend it to other people so that they can also read your thing. It's like a catch-22, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. As a writer, that's always been frustrating for me.
Yeah, and it gets particularly bad if you bring in like weekly shonen manga, because with a lot of shonen manga, you get like a 10-week. You are promised like one volume for your series. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like if you're not able to grab an audience within 10 chapters, you get shut down.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's tons of you go to those old manga reading sites that are probably all shut down now, but you know the manga foxes and the manga skies and whatnot. Some of them are still up. I don't know. You know, you see a ton of that stuff where it's just like, oh man, this is so cool. Why didn't this continue? Well, didn't get an audience, so there you go.
Yeah, they're just a lot of people don't really think about this much, but there are way more manga that end in like a couple of volumes because of low readership than there are successful manga. There are a lot of people who go into the whole manga industry thinking they can make a quick buck or thinking that they can really get into it and really become a success, and they just kind of peter out really quick.
As opposed to light novels where apparently anything sells. that is weird.
I don't know why, but manga is risky. Light novels are easy game.
I don't. Maybe there's just less resources to go. Maybe there's less resources that go into it, but I'm like, you're still printing shit on paper, and that's expensive. I mean, it's shit paper, but still.
Yeah.
That's what I like. You know, like I was actually surprised when I first bought my first Yen Press light novel. I'm like, this thing is big and the paper is nice, and that's the complete opposite of what I was expecting. Because what I knew, go on.
Yeah, like my Log Horizon novel has really nice printing and really nice paper.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff from them.
I was expecting it to be like and even the Haruhi books, like really nice looking hardcovers.
Yeah, I got the Isolator, which is hardcover from Yen Press, and these are collector's items, is what they are. That's why they're so expensive. But yeah, because I know that people really want these, so they're going all out and being like, okay, we're gonna get you something that lasts and looks nice. Whereas in Japan, light novels are like printed on the shittiest paper and like the smallest book format you can get.
Yeah.
And it's like they're like $2 or something. Like it's pretty cheap, but still, I mean, you're printing thousands of copies. It's got to add up. So there must be like a really low threshold for light novels, is what I'm thinking. Like,
Yeah,
you don't pour a whole lot of resources into it, and maybe you only need to sell like 800 copies or so, and you're good. Like,
yeah,
I don't know how it works.
I'm used to the sort of pulp paper that manga is printed on. So when I got Log Horizon, I was actually impressed to see that it was on some really high quality paper.
Well, yeah, and even the pulp paper we get from manga is like leagues better than the manga paper in Japan. So
Oh, definitely. Like the stuff in Japan's like grimy and shit.
you can like, yeah, it has a weird smell. You like sneeze too hard and you already ripped it. It's like DVDs. You look at them funny and they scratch themselves.
Which is why I'm switching over to Blu-ray finally.
But yeah,
I am in
Blu-rays are fucking durable. Like, you have to try to damage those.
I think I saw someone say something along the lines of, you can scratch a Blu-ray with steel wool and it will still play perfectly.
Yeah, especially if it's dual layered.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean the BD25s are fine, but the BD50s are where it's at.
Even that, like, I'm hearing that they got to get a new BD because games are getting so huge now that they need like 12 gig patches even after you put the disc in because they just can't fit everything on.
Yeah, I actually understand that. I understand that Blu-ray discs are natively dual layer. The 25 is actually a dual layer, and the Blu-ray 50 is actually a quadruple layer.
Yeah, that's a weird not dichotomy. That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
I don't know the word.
But it's easier to say single layer and dual layer.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, because one's double the other, so
Quad layer.
Yeah, yeah. I tend to equate it to like single core, double core, quad core, but it's not. That's not the same thing. That's actually 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiples.
My favorite thing is playing older PC games that weren't designed to run on quad core systems. So you have to like turn off 3 of your cores. Like if you try playing I think any Silent Hill 2 in particular, but I think 3 and 4 as well. To get get good performance, you have to turn off 3 of your cores because they're only designed to run on single core systems, which were kind of the norm at the time.
How does it run if you have all your cores running?
You just see like artifacting and like pixelation and like weird graphical little hitches. And it might get some screen tearing too.
Because I was thinking maybe it's like it's running at like 4 times normal speed.
Oh no! That would be fantastic though. It's like those games where you try to unlock the frame rate and then the animations play twice as fast because they locked the animations to the frame rate.
Oh my god, the whole unlocking frame rate thing is retarded as hell.
No, the locking frame rate is retarded. The unlocking is fine.
I still think everything about it is stupid as hell. It's like, so some games run at 30, others run at 60. What's your point?
Well, the problem is that if a game can run at 60, it should be able to. If you have something that can run it at 60, it should be able to, because some games are designed around the fact that they run at 30, and that's fine, but don't put them on PC where 60 is the norm.
Yeah.
That's another conversation, though.
Yeah, that's like totally off topic.
Yeah.
Man,
and we never go off topic, do we, Kevin? Never.
No, never at all. It's like we are always completely 100%. Oh, look, hey, a waffle.
Yeah, let's talk about escapism. Hey, Goosebumps. Let's talk about Goosebumps for an hour.
Yeah. So Jack Black.
Yeah, right. I think we talked more about the '90s show than the movie, but yeah. But
it's bullshit about.
Yeah, and it's really difficult if you're not even a published writer. If you're like me, you write online on like a site like Fiction Press or, God forbid, fucking Wattpad. I fucking hate Wattpad.
I'm not familiar with an archive of our own. Is that like strictly a
That
fan
is
fiction
that is
site?
that is that is. I think that's strictly fan fiction.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like
because
from what I understand, Archive of Our Own is people's attempt to be like, okay, so fanfiction.net has a shit reputation because it's full of crap. So let's try to be the best of the best and be on our own website, and then it just ended up being the same thing anyway. So it's like whatever. Sorry, you allow everyone to join, shit's gonna follow.
I don't know.
So it goes.
I actually find a lot of good fan fictions on fanfiction.net.
Yeah, no, there's great stuff there. It has that reputation of Sturgeon's Law and whatnot. So
Honestly, I think that reputation has been wildly exaggerated.
it all depends, like
I
what you're
mean, I
looking at,
mean,
I
I
suppose.
mean, I mean, with the small fandoms, you tend to find better writing, but with the bigger
I think so.
fandoms, the shitty writing is much more prominent.
Right. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I was looking at Senran Kagura fan fiction, and
I
I
believe.
actually,
You know what? You know what? I believe it.
because it's me, right?
Yeah. Ask a
But
stupid question, get a stupid answer.
I was reading Senran Kagura fan fiction, and I came across a fan fiction where Mirai had a penis, like Mirai was a Futanari, and
Uh-huh.
I was actually amazed at how well written it was, because it's like normally you think, oh, a fan fiction where the main character has a penis, where it's like a girl suddenly grows a dick or a girl had a dick all along or something like that. You
Mhm.
expect it to have some of the worst writing ever, but it's actually some really solid writing.
Yeah.
Though,
Yeah.
though admittedly, I got a little bit miffed at their constant use of the word meatus.
The fuck is Metis?
I,
That sounds like a social networking app that's spelled weird.
Hey, follow me on my meatus.
Yeah, my Metis account. Set it up. I like long walks on the beach. By the way, who likes long walks on the beach? It sucks to walk on the beach. It's hard. I want to walk on
I,
fucking solid ground, please.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
It's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere.
You opened that one, man. You fucking handed that one to me, man.
So love has blinded you? No, it's because I'm so in love with
So
you.
oh man, the writing in the prequels is so god awful. It's like George Lucas is an idea guy,
Yeah.
a writer. It's like I think the only reason his writing in Episode 4 managed to not sound that bad is because he had a decent editor in there cutting out all the shitty crap.
Mhm. It's so dense. Like every single frame has so much going on.
New Hope, the original Star Wars.
I mean, maybe the special edition, sure.
Oh my god,
It's so dense.
Fuck
See, it's like poetry. It's like they rhyme.
Fuck the special editions.
Yep.
I heard somewhere that I believe John Landis actually said that Disney has the rights to and is planning on releasing the original uncut Star Wars trilogy on Blu-ray,
Of course.
which I would totally be fine with. I would
That's so
buy
stupid that they never did that because that's a license to print money.
Seriously, you say original unaltered version, people are going to throw down all the money.
Yeah, shut up and take my money.
It's like yeah. I mean, yeah, the Blu-rays for the special editions sold decently, but that's only because it was the special editions. It was the same crap as before, except that you added even more unnecessary shit.
I love the fan.
We have extra CG rocks over R2D2 now.
I love the Family Guy joke. Was like, and they added even more aliens in the special edition, and then like a sock puppet runs. I was like, "Hey guys, look at me!" like a CG sock puppet just runs up and is like, "Hello, I'm here. I have lines now."
Though I will admit, I do kind of like the special edition of Empire Strikes Back. I do think there were some really good additions made there.
Yeah.
Particularly with the I forget the name of it, the snow monster that Luke went up against. I liked that they actually had a freaking puppet for that,
Right.
and they actually added Ian McDiarmid as Emperor Palpatine when uh, when Darth
Wasn't
Vader is speaking to
wasn't it
Palpatine
wasn't
over.
it always him?
No, in the original theatrical version, it was somebody wearing a mask superimposed with chimpanzee eyes or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked fucking stupid as shit.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those costumes where it's like you gotta have the right lighting or it looks really stupid.
Yeah, and it's clear that they did not have the right lighting for that scene, and they replaced him with Emperor Palpatine, or should I say Darth Sidious? I call it Palpatine, but
Yeah.
uh, but they actually edited one of Palpatine's lines to actually include a bit of foreshadowing and a setup for the whole "search your feelings, you know it to be true" line
Yeah.
later in the movie, which
Yeah.
I thought was honestly kind of brilliant on the part of George Lucas. It's like, set that up. Yeah, I like that. That's a good setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd prefer the original theatrical version, but the special edition of Empire ain't bad. Like,
Yeah.
with Return of the Jedi and A New Hope, there's a lot of shit that I don't like. But in the case of Empire, I'm willing to accept that one. That's like the one special edition Star Wars movie I'm willing to accept.
I love that joke where it's like, this opening shot is so brilliant that I think it's mind-boggling, and I bet George Lucas had nothing to do with it and probably argued against putting it in the movie. We know everything we need to know just from this panning shot. Rebels, Empire. Implies dominance. I love that.
Are you talking about like The Force Awakens or something?
No, the Red Letter Media review where he goes through what was good about A New Hope. Like he compared like the shitty opening shot of Phantom Menace where they're just like sitting in a cockpit and talking about who fucking cares what. And then like the opening of New Hope where you see the Rebel cruiser escaping the Imperial thing. I forget what they're called.
The Star Destroyer.
Yeah, the Star Destroyers. And it's like the low angle and you see how ill-equipped the rebels are and you see how powerful the reach of the Empire is just from this one shot. So that was the low angle implies dominance. That line can be said in many situations. But back to the writing thing.
Oh, real quick. Real quick.
What?
How good do you think Force Awakens is going to be? Because we know it's going to be good, but how good? Like, is it going to be Empire Strikes Back good, or is it going to be Return of the Jedi good?
I think that's hard to say because I think you need time to discern that sort of thing, and I think you also need a basis of comparison in the same era. So I think after this sequel trilogy is done, like we can look back and be like, okay, how does this all stack up? I think just from seeing Force Awakens is not going to be enough to really gauge its quality in comparison.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely think it's going to be a good film in a vacuum, though, as much as it can be in a vacuum. Comparisons will happen. I would say I think it's going to be a lot better than, and I'm not saying they're bad films because I like them. It's going to be better than the Star Trek reboots, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And those are good. Those are good movies. I'm just saying.
I mean, let me just put it out there. Lawrence friggin' Kasdan is back as writer, so.
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing. My question, like, they'll make a great movie, and they know what they're doing. My only thought is, are the people going to like it? Because when you get something as big as Star Wars, you get so many opinions.
and expectations are unbelievably high
Yeah,
from so many people.
yeah.
So
So it's like,
there are gonna be some people who are like, well, it wasn't really that good,
yeah, like
and you know,
it needs to
oh,
come out. We need to all see it, and then we need to have time for a consensus to form.
yeah,
And then,
like I saw this one asshole who was like thinking that How to Train Your Dragon 2 was gonna be the greatest movie ever made, and then he saw it, and it's like, man, this movie was absolutely fucking awful.
yeah, that's what it does. That's what hype does.
And he even utilized the phrase, you can sum up the actions of the characters with the phrase, did you take your stupid pills this morning?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was like total condescending bullshit.
When people start nitpicking character actions, a lot of time, I think they're just really projecting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that. Therefore, it was a stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's cases where it's like this is legitimately badly written, but like a lot of the time, it just feels like projection.
Yeah, like like that's actually a big problem I've seen many people have with the Haruhi Suzumiya movie, where people were like, Kyon's acting totally unrealistic here. He should have done this. Noting how they note how they always say Kyon should have done this, 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 and this, and I said, yeah, but that's the thing. He fucking couldn't because his brain broke.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, he was going through a bit of a depression because literally everything he thought he knew about the world he currently lived in completely got flipped upside down and destroyed within like an hour. So yeah, he's kind of sort of broken right now. Give him some time to repair.
Yeah. There's always reasons. There's always reasons for this
So
shit.
yeah, like people don't quite understand what depression really is, or the whole thing about how the human brain can only take so much stimulus before it starts to shut down.
Yeah.
So a lot of people misunderstand that, and whenever characters act realistically in regards to that in fiction, they always misconstrue it as, oh, he's acting like an idiot. No, he's acting like a human fucking being.
Yeah. So I want to approach the fiction press angle on two different angles.
Yeah.
Multi-angular. The first is something you got to understand about fan fiction and fanfiction.net in particular. It's that any shipping story will get 8 times as many views as any non-shipping story. That's just a mathematical fact.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's
especially if you rate it M and say that there's porn in it.
Yeah, like it's which they
Sex sells.
which they technically don't allow, but you know their mods don't do shit. What was I saying? But yeah, it's shockingly easy to get people interested in like shipping fics because they will go looking for that stuff. What they won't go looking for is your well written and thought out AU fic or something, you know?
Yeah.
Or like just retellings or like just an original story that fits in the context of the story already being told or anything good like that. Like some people will appreciate that. I appreciate those things. But that's something that tends to be things people stumble upon. They don't seek that out. And in the context of original fiction, Fiction Press has an innate disadvantage because it is clearly the little brother of fanfiction.net. They're run by the same. They're run by the same people. They have the same layout except one's blue and one's red. It's clearly a little bit. It gets nowhere near as much traffic or as much participation. Like to put in perspective, and I'm gonna look something up here so I get my numbers right, because I forget the exact numbers.
Yeah.
There are well over 4 million fanfiction.net accounts with something like I can't remember the exact number. It's in like the number of fanfics on fanfiction.net is like in the tens, if not hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
And you want to know how many unique entries on Fiction Press? It's something like 5 million. So that's the scale. It's much smaller.
Yeah. Not a failure in any way, but still.
Oh no, it pays the bills. They can run it, but
like it's still considered a popular site. It's just not as popular as.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the thing is, people will stumble onto fanfics because they will seek them out. People don't really stumble onto original fiction all that often. And
it's like ah shit, I tripped over your original character. Sorry.
No. Because here's the thing. I've been writing my original fiction, Million to One, for 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
So some people use the term original English language light novel. I don't like that term because I feel it I feel it diminishes it almost, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, it limits you.
Yeah, it feels like I have to latch on to this title because that somehow gets me more recognition, even though it really doesn't. Like, there's no difference between telling someone I write an original manga inspired or styled story online and I write an original English language light novel. There's no difference. When you tell those people those two things, there's no difference in their mind. Like, they get it, is the thing. But yeah, it's always frustrating. So you join groups. Like, I'm on the largest fiction press as a manga category, which is, some people complain is like, well, it's not really manga. It's like, you know what they're getting at, that style of writing.
Yeah.
So they have that. I'm on the largest community there, Rousik. If you're a subscriber to my channel, you may notice I hosted an award ceremony, the yearly Rousik award ceremony last year. That video's on here. Got a stupid amount of views because I think it might be an acronym for something else. I have no idea why. But I've been a part of that community for 2.5 years. And the way it kind of works, especially with the story club we have, is that generally the more you read other people's stories, the more points you get so that you can be nominated other weeks so people can read your stuff and whatnot. And it should work in theory. The problem is most people are lazy. And the whole group, the whole organization kind of started as like a clique between like 10 people who already knew each other. So what you kind of get is like the same 10 people constantly reading each other's stuff and then constantly winning the same week after week. I don't want to go into the intricacies because we'd be here all night. But
I'm sorry. Right now I'm sorry. I am listening to you, but at the same time I'm going through Tumblr and fucking hell. Someone posted something from a Fate Stay Night something or other. And it's Rin Tosaka going, "You, what were you thinking?" And then the next thing says, "Rin goes from comatose to bitch in 3 seconds flat." And then my friend said, "I keep reading this as Rin goes from bitch to comatose in 3 seconds flat." And it's so much funnier than this one.
Yeah. But it's hard. You really, like, I think people have noticed on Twitter, I haven't done it much lately, but I used to like really whore out my writing.
Yeah, you did.
Because that's kind of what you got to do. Not that it works, but that's kind of what you got to do if you want people to actually read it. And I have like a handful of people that read my stuff.
Yeah.
And I appreciate them very much so. But you're always it's because writing is hard. It's harder than people think it is. Particularly because as fun as it is to theorize and come up with ideas and whatnot, the actual process of writing is fairly mundane. So it's like, it's a difficult thing to get motivated to do. So
you imagine writing as being, it's like all these ideas flowing out of your head like a rainbow, when in reality it's like, how am I supposed to say this word?
No, yeah, in reality it's
like which word goes best with this context?
Well, I don't usually go that nitpicky because I don't give a fuck. But it's like, it's for me, it's more like I stare at the end of this paragraph. I'm like, where is this conversation going?
Yeah.
It's like, because I'm not one of those guys that like writes off the seat of my pants, or anything,
Yeah.
because that's dumb. I almost always plan the entire thing out in advance and like have like specific points I need to reach, and then I kind of fill in those gaps as I go along. That's how I write. I think that's how a lot of people write. I don't know. I'm not a mind reader, but that's how I do it. So a lot of times it's more like I have point A and point B, or wherever I'm at now in like chapter 44. I'm like, I'm at point 358 and point 359. How do I get from that to that?
Yeah.
That's what the process
because
is
you got
like.
you got all these great ideas, but you have to figure out how to get from point A to point B without it being boring.
Yeah, with it being engaging and with it not forget, especially when you write like complex mysteries like I do.
Yeah.
You gotta remember a lot of shit, and I think about the stuff I write every day, all the time. So that's easy, but there's always something you forget about. Always, like there's been at least 3 occasions where I have accidentally left out a critical detail that I needed to go back and edit in.
Yeah.
And that's always like a god damn it moment, because like
Yeah.
I gotta put that there before somebody reads it, because they're probably not gonna read it twice.
But the point is reading dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, kind of sort of is.
I wish it wasn't. You know, I wish people
Yeah.
I wish people were a little more, and I think as we move closer and closer to the post-scarcity society, because realistically we're almost there. It's just we suck at distributing things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we grow enough food to feed 11 billion people. There are 7 billion people, and we somehow have 1 billion people starving. We have the resources. We're practically in a post-scarcity society. We just suck at distributing them.
Yeah.
But anyway, once we get into that sort of post-scarcity society, maybe in our lifetimes, maybe not, I think people will be a bit more open to seeking out their own entertainment as such. Because the thing is, I think people have more free time now than they've ever had before, and I think that trend's probably going to continue.
Yeah.
You know, especially as automation becomes a bigger thing. You know, it would not surprise me if by the time our not mine, because I don't want kids, but by the time your great grandchild is like an adult, the concept of a 40-hour work week is going to be like an alien thing.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly think that. So maybe at that point there'll be a bit of a resurgence, but at the same time, like the visual mediums, the audio visual mediums are only going to continue to expand and probably get easier to do. Because that's the funny thing, is that as the barriers to entry to these kind of audio visual productions go down, somehow bizarrely the barrier to entry to writing publishing has gone up.
Yeah.
It's really weird. You know, if you've ever talked to publishing houses like I have, or at least the ones that'll email you back, they are so like, you have to fit a very specific mold for them to want to take a chance on you.
Yeah.
And if you're at all like, if you do anything
because
like,
I think the main reason is because the market has shrunk so much that it's become much more high risk.
yeah. And yes, I suppose like this self-publishing is a thing, but the thing about self-publishing is that then you got to do self-promotion, and that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And
so that takes money out of your own pocket.
Yeah. But anyway, back to publishers. It's almost ludicrous how much they want you to fit certain molds. And if you do anything like weird or risque like I do all the time, then it just becomes like the first thing they'll say to you is something like, okay, this person's name is too weird, or I don't get the premise or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, fuck you. I'm not talking to you anymore. But and I've had those conversations and they're not pleasant.
Really?
you know, I mean, you always gotta when you get into a publishing relation, you always got to sacrifice something. But it's like when I have to sacrifice the premise, that's a little too far.
Yeah, your premise isn't very good. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not.
Your premise is a little too weird for us. Yeah,
No. The way they usually say it is like it's too. They say something like it's too highbrow, or it's like it's too complex. Like it's interesting, but it's too complex.
What you're trying to say is that what you're trying to tell me is that you think your audience is bone dumb, and you're not willing to take a chance on intelligent writing.
Yes. Gee, Kevin, I wasn't going to be such a dick about it, but you know, you can just say whatever.
Hey, you do it all the time.
Anyway, and that's just it's a frustrating situation for me, especially since I'm so passionate about what I'm writing. You know.
And honestly, I think that's another thing that's killing the whole writing industry in regards to like novels and stuff. It's because they're not willing to take a chance on the more highbrow material.
Or just anything that's like unusual in any real capacity, you know.
Yeah, if it's not like if it's not a clone of something like Twilight or Maze Runner, then they're not going to take a chance on it.
Right. Like, do you mind if I quickly run you through the most basic I can premise of Million to One right now?
Please do.
Million to One is the story of these 14 and 15-year-old kids at a boarding school who are caught in a time loop. It's about the December 21st, 2012 thing. Yeah. They witness the end of the world and then get warped back a week before that to December 14th. And time keeps looping again throughout this week. And they're trying to figure out what caused the end of the world and what's causing these time loops and how to put a stop to them so time can move forward. And while this is going on, they're being manipulated by a being who calls himself God, who grants them these powers and forces them into these deadly games, like these challenges and whatnot. Some people say it's like Future Diary. I'm like, a little.
Very vaguely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does send them messages. He does send them text messages, so I guess that's the connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically about these kids, and it's really a character-driven thing.
Yeah.
Personality and their interactions and their how they change throughout this ordeal.
As far as the complexity of the story goes, it's not that far off from stuff like Maze Runner.
I don't know what Maze Runner is.
It sounds like it might be fairly easy to understand, but it does have the ability to go into more complex territory.
I also think it might just be...
I think the big problem is that it's a unique premise.
Yeah.
And people aren't interested in unique premises anymore.
Yeah. There was a time in my life when I was thinking about this story in like 2011, when I was always thinking, like, leading up to December 21st, 2012, I was always like, because, you know, I'm kind of a superstitious person. Like, is the world really going to end? Like, I was thinking about that. I was like, how would it end? And how could you stop it from ending theoretically? And then it branched out into this idea of, well, what if we kept looping back time trying to stop the end of the world? And it just kind of and then I got this idea for these characters, and it just kind of branched off from there. That was the impetus for that. And I hate like bragging, but I've never heard of another story with that premise.
It's a very unique premise, so
yeah, but
I think that's the big problem. People don't want unique premises anymore. They want stuff they're familiar with now, or at the very least, that's what the publishing houses think.
Yeah, but I also think it may just be you, and you might be, I was gonna say used to, but I would also either used to or more open-minded to these kind of unique premises that you don't. Like, it sounds like, oh, that's interesting. Whereas like a normal person, a normal fag, as some might call them, would be like, huh?
Yeah.
What? Like it's like I'm
It's
sick.
like where the fuck did I lose you, asshole?
Yeah, like, and even I was like kind of like even I was kind of like you could probably tell I was kind of like struggling to put it into words exactly.
Yeah, a
You
little.
know, yeah, because I was like, well, it's about so I basically just listed things that happen that describe it, but
But hey,
um,
that's a synopsis there. Go.
yeah, I need to get better at writing those because I
Hmm.
think my actual synopsis is just like first person narration where he's asking a bunch of questions. Um, but then again, there's a character limit, so I can't just go on like a multi-paragraph spiel like I just did.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
But that's part of the problem too. Is it's this sort of culture of I hate to reference One Punch Man again or for the first time, but it's like this sort of 20 words or less culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, I get how the opposite of that can be annoying, but like if you want truly,
yeah, sometimes you cannot tell people a full synopsis of a show in that short of a time. Even my mom says stuff like, "You're telling me things that don't matter." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm telling you things that do matter. It's just that the entire situation is incredibly complex, and I have to go through all of these things in order for you to actually understand the end of it.
right,
So shut up and let me
right,
talk."
right, yeah. Like
I love my mom. I love my mom.
people always like there's a group of people that always are like, why is everything the same, or why isn't there any unique ideas anymore? I'm like, there are, but you're also part of the culture that demands that I say it in one line, and that just you can't. I need a I can't have
Well,
a 5 minute like it's like the difference between a 5 minute sales pitch and a 30-minute sales pitch, you know?
like it's difficult for me to explain to my best friend exactly why Hunter x Hunter is so different from other shonen series that
Yeah,
he's familiar with
yeah, that's hard.
without going into goddamn spoiler territory. I try to say stuff like, well, one of the main plot lines has to do with like these mass murderers and stuff like that. It's like, and then he starts listing off a bunch of other Shonen Jump series. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, 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 no. It's not like that, man. It's not like that.
Well, that's the thing is that every when you try to describe something in a synopsis like form, everything gets abstracted to the point where, oh, this does sound like a lot of other things because you've abstracted it to the point where like they're not getting the unique quality because they don't have a frame of reference. They haven't seen it. So just you explaining to them is difficult because of the way speech gets abstracted, they're
Like I
going to
was,
think of something else.
like I took a good 10 minutes trying to explain to my best friend in the world exactly why Hunter x Hunter is such a unique, more mature approach to the shonen genre, and he's like, "That sounds like every other show I've seen." It's like, no, it's not. It's totally different.
Yeah. Like yeah, it's that same thing where it's like you see like a funny YouTube video and like you try to get someone else to watch it and then like they aren't laughing.
That was the
And
funny part,
like
though.
yeah. Like it's just like it's that's why I never show people YouTube videos anymore because I'm like I'm so sick of that feeling of them just not getting it the way I got it.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's what I'm saying about things you got to seek out because there are so many things that are created by very talented people and are wonderful uses of your time that are very enjoyable.
I hate
But
it when I have to explain a joke, or
yeah,
when I have to explain when I have to explain something where it's like, I thought if you just watch this you would understand. If I have to explain it, it's dead.
yeah, yeah. It's
It's
one of
dead to
those
both
things
you and me.
when you get to these original concepts and whatnot, like it's stuff you need to. It's something that can't be taught. It needs to be. It can only be learned. You know,
Yeah.
it's something you got to find for your. It's like an appreciation for anime. It's like no one. I still hold to this day that nobody really gets other people into. Who's knocking on the window? What? How did you lock yourself out? Hold on.
What
I'll
the?
be right. I'll be right back.
Oh my
I'll be right
god.
back.
Did this has never happened before, guys. So apologies. Wow. Um God damn it. This is the second time. Except we're in the middle of a show now. and I'm just here by myself, thumb stuck up my ass, just trying to figure out how do I fill this dead space here, waiting for Zeke to come back from doing whatever. What do I do? Where do I go? What is life? What is living? I don't know. Can you
I'm back.
say?
I'm back.
Oh my god. What the fuck
So
was that?
They locked themselves out somehow.
Ooh, your mom
Anyway.
or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, what was I saying? It's like an appreciation for anime. It's like I'm still convinced that. Ugh, I'm out of breath. Nobody really gets other people in anime. It's always something that one way or another you discover for yourself. You know?
Yeah. Like, there are definitely shows that I would show to, like, people who were not into anime, but
But then they're not into anime, they're into those shows. And
yeah,
that's different. Yeah.
like the Akiras and the Cowboy Bebops and the Wolf's Reigns is
Yeah, Watership Downs, yeah.
Damn it.
But damn, out of breath. That's how fat I am. Yeah, it's these kind of things that you need to discover for yourself, and most people just aren't willing to seek out things like that. They gotta have glowing recommendations from people they know, and even then, that doesn't always work. You know?
Yeah, like I tried to give my best friend this glowing recommendation for Hunter x Hunter, saying it's such a different show from other shonen series, and he started comparing it to other fucking shonen series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's frustrating.
Like saying stuff like, that sounds like One Piece, that sounds like Naruto, that sounds like Bleach. Fuck off, asshole!
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I love you, man, but come on! You know better than this!
Not to boost my own ego, but I feel like I'm writing something special. But it's hard to convey that to people.
Yeah, like I love my friend. He's amazing. He's a great person, one of the best people I've ever known. But come on, asshole, you should have known this by now.
Yeah.
With something like this, I can't exactly go into detail without A, spoiling something, or B, watering it down to such an extent where it doesn't even resemble its actual form.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Like, I want to get him into Hunter x Hunter because I feel that's something he could really get into, but
oh yeah, I always do that. Like I'm always recommending things to people I think would like those things. Like
I think the only person I know of I'm able to successfully get into any show that I show him is my friend Sergio, because most of the time I'm able to just go on Crunchyroll or something and show him a few episodes of it.
Yeah.
Like with Hunter x Hunter, I just went on Netflix on my account on his PS3 and went,
Yeah.
Here's Hunter x Hunter. First 100 episodes are right here. Watch it.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, you can't. That's the other thing about writing. You can't do that. Like, reading is not a social experience. You can't just read with someone.
Yeah.
Like, that's something they got to do on their own. And you ask anyone to do anything on their own time, and that's a recipe for maybe next time, maybe next time, maybe next. And I hate hounding people. Like when people say, "Yeah, I'll read your thing." I'm like, "Okay, cool, thanks." And then like weeks later, I'm like, "So how about that?" And they're like, "Yeah, one of these days." I'm like, "Well, first of all, don't make promises you can't keep, and second of all, I don't like hounding you about it, so I'm just gonna stop." And that's when I stop. Like there's self-promotion, and then there's just bothering people.
Yeah.
But then again, like I generally do that to people.
My cousin is like, she constantly badgers me. It's like, you gotta watch Sherlock. You gotta watch Sherlock. It's like, I saw one episode, I liked it, but it's not really my thing. It's like, but you said it was so good. It's like, I said I liked it, but it's not my thing. And I probably sugarcoated it so you would feel better, and so that you wouldn't think that I was just some
because nobody wants to be that guy. Nobody wants to be like, when someone's pouring their soul out to you and be like, this thing I really enjoy, I would like you to try it. Nobody's gonna be like, man, that fucking sucked. Maybe I would do that, but most people not.
Well, that's because you're a dick.
Yeah, but most considerate people wouldn't. So that's another thing, is that doesn't go over well. And I should also mention that I'm not hounding complete strangers to read Million to One. It's people in this writing community.
I mean, from what I actually do plan on checking out Million to One.
Oh, well, thank
Like,
you.
I'm probably gonna start reading it tonight.
You cut out there.
So hey, I'm probably gonna start reading it tonight. So you got a new reader, man.
Yes. Please ignore my when I first started writing it, I was just coming out of fan fiction.
So it sounds like fan fiction.
No. So it's like it's got like stupid, like amateur mistakes, like really long paragraphs and like some tense issues and things like that.
I'm able to get through that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, like that is something I need to do though. I need to go back and re-edit, especially those like first 5 chapters, I think. Because there was a large time gap between like the first four or 5 chapters and then like the next one after that, like several months. So there's that. I really need to go back and edit that stuff, because if anything's drawing people away from my writing, it's probably those early mistakes. Because I don't know, for some reason I wasn't thinking clearly when I did that, because I'm like, if I could tell my past self one thing, I'm like, you got to remember, people start at the beginning of the story and then go forward. Like, what you're writing now is great, or the formatting anyway is great, but people have to start at the beginning, so you got to make a good first impression.
Yeah, which is difficult for this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
I found that the best way to get someone interested in this stuff is to begin the story in medias res, which, if anybody doesn't know, basically means start with one of the events later in the story, which is one of the bigger turning points, but showcase it out of context and maybe change a couple of details that be considered a spoiler.
right.
Do that to grab people. Say, this is what you're going to be getting later in the story, but for now, we're going to slowly get into it.
And that's not what I did at all. I'm sorry if I'm pulling you away now, but
oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but what I basically did is I started. The first chapter is almost like an extended synopsis, almost like where it's basically like this is this person, and here's their general tone and mindset, and here's some intro into the situation, and then you go into the situation and like slowly expands. These are these people. These are the details. This is what's going on. I think that trope is called anthropic principle. You know that one?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, anthropic principle is generally the length that a narrative goes to justify itself. I'm going to look it up because it's probably a better definition. I think that's good, but I'm going to look up something that someone else wrote.
Because they're better at it than you.
No, I'm on the spot, and this is something that already exists.
Well,
okay, here it goes. For any given story, there exist basic elements that, no matter how improbable or impossible their occurrence, are required for the story itself to happen. Otherwise, there would be no story. In other words, there is no resolution without conflict. But that's the strict definition. But the more general definition is the story setting itself up and justifying itself. It's like, okay, why? Like it takes place at a boarding school, so it's like, why aren't the teachers constantly hounding them about going off grounds or something? Well, here's an explanation for that, and stuff like that. That's how I did it, which is rather slow. So I get that some people wouldn't be into it, but that was the mindset I was at the time. Where that's kind of thing I was in, because I was also reading a lot of visual novels at the time, so I was kind of used to these sort of like these kind of slow introductions where you're like, okay, these are the people. And this is the situation, or at least for a lot of visual novels, it's more like this is their daily life, and then shit hits the fan. So you see that like contrast between, this is how they live, this is how they live now because of this event.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry if I pushed you further away, but
Oh, don't worry. I'm still interested in reading it.
you said watching. That's part of the problem.
Oh!
I'm kidding. I've been fucking around with this. There's a prepaid Visa here. I think it's my brother's. I think he spent it. I don't know. Like I was considering throwing it out earlier, but I'm scared there might. Yeah, I'm scared there might be value on it, so I'm just gonna leave it here.
Oh man, a whole $2.
Well, it says 50 on the back. I think he used this to buy cards. I'm not sure. So thank you, Kevin, for your interest in my work. I think that's all we have. Yep. I think that's all we have to say on writing and whatnot. We've actually got more mileage out of this topic than I thought we were going to.
Well, I've done some writing in the past, and this sort of stuff is something that I find interesting. So hey, it's the next one that we're gonna have trouble with.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You check out my stuff. If there's ever anything you want me to check out of yours, I will gladly do so.
I don't really have any of my writing left up on the internet because I deleted all this shitty stuff.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I had 2 fan fiction accounts. One of them is gone, and one of them is still there. I'll let you fill in the rest.
And all the stuff on there is garbage.
Yeah, it's like I think my fanfiction.net account is like 8 Shaman King fics, 1 Mare fic, and I think maybe one of the Shaman King fics and the Mare fic is anything I'm proud of.
Everything else is just total garbage.
You know what I love though? I love getting emails of people PMing me like, "Why didn't you consider? I just found this fanfic. I love it. Why didn't you continue this? It's so great." I'm like, "Thank you for the compliments, but I'm on to my original stuff now. So if you want to check out that would be great." And then there's like, "Okay, thanks." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I expected that."
Yeah,
they came here for one thing. Like, you know, I gotta like I'm not a dick about it. Unlike everything else in my life.
You gotta plug. You
gotta sell yourself. You know, you gotta be an entrepreneur. You gotta be a door-to-door salesman selling the vacuum cleaners.
See? All right.
I'm just remembering that Gravity Falls joke. Stan Vac vacuums. It sucks more than anything. gotta work on that slogan.
Sucks more than anything. I love it. Is that actually from Gravity Falls?
Yeah, that is.
Jesus Christ.
Disney. That show is so awesome. Anyway,
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah. So let's take a break here.
Sucks more than anything.
Yeah. Let's take a break here. You're listening to the Baka Gaijin Show.
That should be the name of this episode. It sucks more than anything.
I had another title in mind, but I forgot what it was. I think I was going to go for this circle as a metaphor for circles, or this podcast is a metaphor for podcasts.
There we go. Do it.
This podcast is a metaphor for podcasts.
All right, I need to go to the bathroom.
You do that. Hey, y'all viewers. Y'all enjoying the show? If you're enjoying the show, tweet me at ZekeFreak. Just say you're enjoying the show. Or say you're not enjoying the show. If you're not enjoying the show, I'm glad you're still here, I guess. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to start singing the theme. I'm going to hum the theme to Doug. I forget the rest. You know, general Doug theme like humming and whatnot. The who's and what's and where's and why's are an enigma of my mind. I'll load up the next thing that we will be talking about. It is a thing that we will be talking about, and I need to look up a thing so that I have a reference to talk about a thing that we're going to talk about. So that's that. Morty. New thing I've been trying. Every time I have like a heartburn or like I burp, I just want to say Morty afterward. Rick and Morty season 3 cannot come soon enough. Yeah, Morty. Still can't help but notice nobody tweeted at me, so I love that. That's I'll say it in a minute, but that's awesome. I wonder who our one viewer is. Is it you, Paul, Gregory, Sarah, Chris, Tabitha, Cam Newton, Josh Norman, Zain Hussein, Akira Toriyama. I don't know who our one viewer is. Oh, now they're not here. We have 0 viewers. Never mind. God, it's like Twitch. We try to call people out and they leave because they're fucking lurkers. What I'm going to spend this time doing, I'm going to look for the thumbnail I'm going to use for this episode. Yeah. Thumbnails. Nope. Oh, I like that. It's not the right resolution, but I like it. No. It's. I think that's a T-shirt, actually. Ugh. I got like massive heartburn today. Is that art or cosplayer? I think that's a cosplay. Oh no, that's art. Never mind. It is art. Oh my god, really? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's cute. Again, not the right resolution, but it's cute. Oh. Oh my.
Yo.
Hi. You missed me humming the theme to Doug. Okay, you do the do and I'll do the do part. Oh man. I spent the rest of the time looking for a thumbnail for this episode. I decided it's going to be Ruby because there's so much awesome Ruby fan art. I'm just trying to find something at the right resolution.
1080 by 720. Or 12, or is it 1280 by 720?
1280 by 720 is the preferred. If you notice, our first episode's thumbnail was 1980 by 1020, or is it the other way? 1920 by 1080, and it's kind of cropped a little bit.
Yeah.
So I try to get in 1280 by 720.
The circle is a metaphor for circles.
Yeah, it's amazing. Maybe if I just typed it into the thing, actually. 1280 by 720. And everything is still 1080. God damn it. It's annoying, is what it is. Honestly. Ooh, maybe this one. Nah. 1280 by 801? The fuck? Although this is a weird piece of fan art. It's like Ruby as drawn by Itaro Hinoe, but it isn't.
Oh my god.
That's the funny thing, is that there's so many different styles.
Hold up a sec.
What?
Oh shit.
Why?
You know that thing about Digimon Adventure Tri I was talking about?
Yeah.
Well, I found a GIF set on Tumblr,
Oh boy.
and yeah, they did.
They did.
Or-
that reminds me. I saw
Looks
something
like
on
they
Twitter.
did, son.
I saw something on Twitter that's hilarious. Walking Dead is trending, and you know they have the little messages on the trend bar.
Yeah.
It says hashtag The Walking Dead. OMG! Did The Walking Dead just kill? Spoiler. I love that.
Oh my god.
I kind of like this one. I kind of don't, but I kind of do.
Find one with Ruby being cute.
That was the plan.
Yeah. Because I like it because Ruby in the first trailer that you see for Ruby the character, in the first trailer you see for Ruby the show.
Yeah.
She looks like this stone cold badass, and she looks like she's gonna be one of these dark, brooding characters with a tortured past. And in the actual show, she's like a little 5-year-old girl.
Yeah. That was like one of the big things that had so much hype backlash when it first premiered, was because they released those trailers over the course of like a year. So people's fan theories were going like crazy. And by the time they actually established what the show is and then showed it to people, they were like, this is not what I had envisioned for the past year, therefore it sucks.
I mean,
So,
not like Ruby doesn't have its own problems aside from that.
No, I'm just saying that something not being exactly what you expected is not really a valid reason to hate it.
Agreed.
Yeah. But yeah, that was one example of like where building hype turned out to backfire horribly.
Yeah, I think they ended up building the hype in a way that didn't really work with the show.
Yeah, that's
like they focused a little bit too much on the action element, and the music that they used for a lot of those trailers ended up giving it a little bit of a brooding, dark tone, almost like Once Upon a Time.
Well, no, because the show itself has the same music. It's just it doesn't play constantly, you know.
It also has a lot of goofy bits of levity and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think people were expecting just like what Montioma had done before, just like pure style and action, and what they got was a series. And they didn't. I guess some people didn't really expect a show, which is it's weird to think like that, but that's how people were thinking.
Let's have an unlikely superhero named for Saitama from One Punch Man, Captain Hair. It's a thing from that one Who's Line episode where they did that for Colin, and Colin kind of looks at Ryan, and Ryan just kind of puts his hands on Colin. It's like, let it go.
I love this piece of art. It's not the right resolution, but I'm gonna see if I can. Oh damn it! It's too small.
No.
Fuck.
Okay, Yusuke Murata. Yusuke Murata. Hold on. What?
If it's too big, I can like crop it. But if it's like too small, it's like
Useless. With,
useless filth.
Yusuke Murata, draw something better than any other human alive can draw. Yusuke Murata, shit, I fucked up. Fuck, that's terrible. I better completely redraw it for the Tankobon.
Yeah.
Comparing two different panels, comparing one panel from One Punch Man between the original web version and the Tankobon version. And I'm not talking about the web version like the original web comic. I'm talking like the web manga.
Right, yeah.
Which still looks fucking incredible.
Wasn't the webcomic done by someone not Japanese?
No, the original webcomic was done by one who could not fucking draw.
And yet he's so successful.
Well, that's because he got a new guy to do the art, and that guy is fucking incredible at everything he does.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new One Punch Man?
4?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
It's so good.
I'd imagine.
I love some of the stuff that the people I follow on Tumblr reblog. It's like a girl holding her phone. Oh, my screen is all dirty. Rubs it on her tit. Damn, dirty DS screen. Rubs it on her tit. Holding her Cintiq tablet. Takes the whole thing and rubs it all over her boobs.
Yeah.
And the caption says, "Boobs, I think you mean my screen cleaners." I asked my sister about this, and she's like, "Yes, that is exactly what they are for."
See, I thought they were like a second purse, but you know, well, it depends. I'll find something. I don't know. I'm not a Cotton Eye Joe. I don't know.
Steven Universe was a mistake.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Cotton
Eye Joe, where did you come from? My cousin fucking loves that song.
Yep.
When you're high as fuck and you're walking to the wrong cartoon.
Dude, we had the dawn of the Spanish Flea. We gotta have the dawn of Cotton Eye Joe. At some point.
The dawn of Spanish Flea.
We'll probably get another copyright notice, but I don't care.
Are you going to actually play Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah, probably. Not today, but sometime.
Okay, good.
We at least expect it. Yeah. If you're in one of the countries where you can't watch our third episode, sorry.
Do we actually have a strike on that one?
No, it's not a strike. It's just a match where it's like, if I was monetizing it, I couldn't get money for that episode.
Oh,
whatever.
Damn.
Whatever.
I told you that would happen.
I don't care. It's not a strike. Anyway, let's get into our next topic.
If Mega Man Legends 3 lives on through Archie Comics, I'll be okay with that. Because at least Mega Man will finally be off the moon.
Anyway. You ready?
Ready, Freddy.
Nobody's ready for Freddy.
especially with how he looks in the new Scooby-Doo cartoon. Damn, don't skip leg day.
It's like how everyone looks in the new Scooby-Doo.
Though I've actually seen some clips from it. It's fucking funny.
I'd imagine.
Like the art is garbage, but the writing is great.
I need to finish Mystery Incorporated. I watched the first season. I never saw the second.
Mystery Incorporated is godly.
I know.
It's like I'm kind of sad that we don't have Mystery Incorporated anymore, but at the same time, Be Cool Scooby-Doo is really funny, so I think it's a decent compromise.
If there's two pieces of Scooby-Doo media that people should see, it's Mystery Incorporated and Zombie Island.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Zombie Island is fantastic, and by extension, Alien Invaders, Witch's Ghost, and Cyber Chase are also pretty good.
Yeah.
But Zombie Island is the one you really got to watch.
Yeah. Of course, we say that, but having some general familiarity with how Scooby-Doo normally is might be required to really appreciate those things.
Yeah, to be fair, I did grow up on the original '60s cartoons.
I grew up watching
So,
those every now and then. I grew up with like every variety of Scooby Doo. Like What's New was when I was a kid. What's New Scooby Doo was airing at the time. They were doing a lot of reruns of a pup named Scooby Doo. I was watching.
I love a pup named Scooby Doo. That's fun. That's a
It
good
was
show.
it was Red
Red
Herring.
herring.
And then the one time it actually was.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew. They did not let Fred actually say it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's like, I knew it. I just throwing a little tantrum on the ground.
Yeah.
I love that episode. That's like the best episode in the whole show.
Yeah. But I grew up with
Hold on.
that and like what?
Rest to the fork in the garbage disposal. Ding 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 ding.
I don't know.
But I grew up with that and like all I saw like all the movies at one point or another. Even those like really long early movies of just with red shirt Scabby Shaggy.
Scabby.
Yeah, red shirt Scabby, you know.
It's red because he's painted in the blood of his enemies.
Exactly. Red shirt Shaggy don't give no fucks. Green shirt Shaggy wishes he could compare. But yeah.
My
Like,
mom
even
never let me.
like,
My
those
mom
are
never let. My mom never let me watch Red Shirt Shaggy once because she said it's got demonic possession in it.
oh my god, it's just a red shirt.
Yeah, my mom was one of those crazy overzealous Christian mothers. Admittedly, some of what she didn't let me watch, I was like, yeah, this is okay, this is fine. She had good reasons for not letting me watch it. But then there's stuff like Mega Man NT Warrior is full of witchcraft.
Oh yeah, I love that.
That is actually what she fucking told me.
The one
I'm
thing
not kidding.
The one thing my mom didn't want me watching when I was a kid was Ed and Eddie. Because
my mom thought it was way too stupid for me.
no, like my mom thought it was too sadistic, which is the point. But
Yeah, my mom thought that too.
yeah, that's I love the way Gyrus puts it. There are so many shows that cater to nostalgia and try to make and try to act like your childhood was this dreamlike state. Ed and Eddie is not that show. It straight up admits that in all likelihood your childhood probably sucked.
That's the perfect description. That's
Yeah.
the perfect description for Ed, Ed and Eddie. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah,
And
Yeah.
yet it's a
I
brilliant
later got
show
it.
because of it.
yeah. Brilliant. But yeah, I watched all the Scooby Doo things at one point or another. Yeah, those like really old red shirt Shaggy movies are like.
I actually
really
remember. I actually remember. I think I actually remember one time in like the early 2000s where Cartoon Network actually aired Scooby Doo and the Alien Invaders, and they accidentally aired it with a TV-14 rating.
Oh yeah.
I actually remember that happening.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
what
like,
the fuck
isn't
is this movie?
isn't like Scooby Doo and the Boo Brothers like 2.5 hours long? Like it's a really long movie.
It is. I'm like, damn, son.
Damn, it's Scooby Doo. It doesn't need to be this thing. It doesn't need to be this epic.
Epic do.
What do you think you're making, The Hobbit over here? Jeez, calm your tits.
Scooby Dooby throw it into Mordor.
Scooby Doo and the One Ring. Ha! My precious.
I really hope Bernie Sanders wins this current election.
That came out of nowhere.
I'm going down my Tumblr and I came across a Bernie Sanders post and I'm like, God damn, this man is a saint.
Oh, we have a comment on this video already.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Locke, you know Locke?
Yeah.
He says, Mega Man NT Warrior full of bad censorship witchcraft, idiot, or saving you from a bad dub. They censored cyber swords.
They kind of did. They look like giant popsicles.
So your mom saved you from a bad dub.
I guess I liked it when I was a kid though.
I love that video.
I actually entered one of the sweepstakes I had, the
Uh-huh.
You Jackin' and Win sweepstakes, and I
Yeah.
actually got a prize from it. I got like there was first prize and there was like second prize, first prize, and grand prize. I got first prize.
I remember. What was I gonna say? I can't fucking. You just made me lose my train of thought. Just fucking. I like that Nostalgia Critic video where he's like thanking his mom for not letting him see the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Yes.
Like, Mom,
I really
watching...
wanted to see this as a movie. Thank you, Mom.
Yeah. You saved me from possibly the worst cinematic experience there has ever been.
It may have he said something along the lines of, this may have physically broke me if I had actually seen it.
Right. Anyway, let's get to our last topic.
Hold on a second.
All right.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Fuck. Frogs can be gay.
Actually, like a lot of animals can be gay. It's a weird thing, or it's a completely normal thing, depending on if you're asking Tumblr or not.
Ugh.
Anyway,
there was apparently before we go on to the next one. It's actually based. No, go on to the next one.
You just looked at the clock. It's like, we've been here 3 hours. Anyway,
wait, we have. God damn.
I think.
Yeah, we're at the 3 hour mark, man.
This 2-man show thing is working out a lot better than I maybe suspected it would.
Most of it's break time.
That's true. Like last week was not last week, but the last episode was the same thing. Anyway,
break time's where we all the good shit.
It's true. Like sometimes I wonder why we even bother going on break, because we just do the same. We just keep talking. So
it's a break, except not.
Like at this point, the break is such an integral part of the show that sometimes I'm like, should I even edit this out? Like, I mean, yeah, there's some moments where it's like we don't talk for like 10 minutes or whatever, but like most of the time, we're just like, it's the same quality content you've come to expect from the main segments in break-like form.
Yeah, hey.
But we should move on.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. And welcome back to the Baka Gaijin show, where we've come from the distant present to talk about our third and final, we think final, we don't know the future, topic, and that is time travel as a device, as a narrative, as a trope, as a thing that happens. Maybe. Just
to bring this up, a couple days ago was Back to the Future Day, and apparently somebody made a Marty McFly Twitter a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
And the only thing he posted on that was, me and Doc are here and it's fucking shit.
Yeah, like he waited 2 years to get that joke out.
Someone said, this motherfucker sat on this account for 2 fucking years waiting to make this joke, and all I can think about is how long they must have been agonizing, thinking of the best way to deliver the punchline that they would only have one shot in their life at doing. Yeah. Me and Doc are here and it's fucking shit.
I have the feeling that was like a last second thing where it's like, you know what, I'm not going to overthink this. I'm just going to say what I need to say.
Me and Doc are here and it's fucking shit.
Right.
It was perfect.
So I have the TV tropes page here. The top quote. The top quote is, "Time travel is theoretically impossible, but I wouldn't want to give it up as a plot gimmick." Isaac Asimov.
Agreed. It's too cool.
I think, yeah, it's very cool. I think there's some backlash against it in some cases.
This gives me a chance to talk about All You Need Is Kill. No.
Nothing. Anyway.
Did I steal your air?
Yes, you took my breath away, Kevin. Anyway.
Wow, this got gay. Oh, the homo.
You can be my wingman anytime, you say. It's like they're what? It's like each. It's like each individual series was so gay that eventually the gayness had to leak out into each other.
Yes.
In fact, my favorite joke is because Arc 5, whatever, has more prominent females and whatnot. The joke is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is finally catering to those pesky heterosexuals. Finally, right?
Oh my god, at last. It's what we've been
Yeah.
waiting for!
Oh my gosh! I totally love the vag. That was so weird to say. Anyway,
Because what, you're bi?
something like that. Anyway,
All of my friends are either bisexual or gay as shit. I don't think I have a single straight gay. I don't think I. Straight gay.
Straight gay bro.
Excuse me while I just jump off this cliff now.
Whee!
I don't think I have a single totally straight internet friend.
Okay, let me tell you this.
I think all my internet friends have some form of gay in them.
Okay, let me be clear. I only like 2D girls. That's the sexuality. I think we synchronized that like really well. Anyway, I heard it. Might have just been the reverb from my mic. I don't know.
Might have been.
Anyway, TV Tropes helpfully has laid out the 8 different types of time travel plots.
One, Groundhog Day.
Okay, I'll read them out. 1, you can't fight fate. Characters go to the future. They must get back to their own time and prevent the future from going horribly, horribly wrong. Sometimes they can't, in which case it's you cannot change the future or a stable time loop, see below. So that's kind of the general...
general all-purpose time travel plot.
Yeah, the future's bad. Let's go around back or forward to fix it. 2, set right what once went wrong. Characters go to the past. Again, this is usually to fix the future, that is, the character's present. Often this involves correcting a temporal paradox. Remember, Hitler always has time travel exemption. There's 2 subtypes. Make wrong what once went right. Characters go to the past, but not to fix the present or future. They want to change events in some way to favor themselves or their employer. Generally, it's worse than they could imagine. And Terminator 2 both of the above at once. A villain goes back to change the future in their favor. Hero follows to put a stop to it. 3, stable time loop. Characters go to the past, and in the past they turn out to be responsible for the events that led to their present. In other words, you already changed the past. This is similar to You Can't Fight Fate, but in the... Yeah, you cut out.
You already changed the past, you bastard.
I'm sorry, Mario, but you're in another castle.
I'm sorry, Mario, but your princess is in another dimension.
This is similar to You Can't
It's a four kids. It's a 4 kids analogy for death.
I'm sorry, Mario. Your princess is in the shadow realm, but in the present instead of the future.
That laugh sounded evil.
Probably because it was. Number 4, temporal paradox. Now it gets complicated. Characters go to the past. In the past, they change history. If they do so by accident, it may end with a karmic twist ending. Alternately, they set the real plot in motion by requiring the character to set right what once went wrong. On the other hand, they may have set out to change history intentionally so that the events create their future or present, and thus the conditions that prompted them to go back in time never happened, basically set up the same as above, but without the initial accident. Character goes to the future. Upon returning to the past, they are able to fight fate and prevent the events of the future, seeing which prompted them to try to prevent the events of the future in the first place from occurring. 5, reset button. Characters go through a world of crap, or somebody changes history. They resort to time travel to fix it. If they succeed, the timeline fixes itself, and the characters awaken having no knowledge that anything was ever different. Occasionally, only time travelers remember. It's ripple effect proof memory. At least the ones who are alive at the point of the fix. If they don't succeed, the series has just received a retool or story reset. Trapped in the past, characters are stuck in another time with no way to return, and must choose to either live quietly out their lives without changing history or working to change the world to their and their natives' benefit. You'd be amazed how few people seem to pick the first option. 7 alternate timeline characters. Time travel has split their universe in twain. There's a universe that they're in that they've changed, and the universes that they're not in, the old universe that wasn't changed. And timey-wimey ball when all of the above can be invoked, whatever needs to suit the plot. That's a lot. That's complicated.
The last one is Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's a lot of different categorization, but I think in general, you can usually separate time travel into fluid timelines and clear, definitive alternate timelines.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you
pieces.
like it's usually like either history can be changed or it can't be changed, and you're only making alternate histories. Like,
Sorry, I'm distracted right now.
By what? What's going on?
Oh, Tumblr is actually being fun right now.
It is until you get to that one post.
Yeah, and then you're like,
And then you're like, oh, I actually hate this site.
Yeah. But you never stop using it.
Yeah. Well, because
it's
where
a
else?
cycle.
Where else am I going to get fan theories that validate my beliefs and awesome fan art?
Where else am I going? Where else am I going to get the newest posts from Constable Frozen?
Yeah.
Where else am I going to find the latest in the dank memes?
Anywhere else? I mean, really? So
I like how you didn't even bring up the fact that I said meme instead of meme.
Well, because you whipped it first, so you're allowed to meme. Right. So basically, yes, there's generally 2 kinds: the kind that can change history and the kind that can't. So the Back to the Future kind of time travel, and then like the Dragon Ball kind of time travel.
Yeah.
Which is actually, I think Dragon Ball was actually a lot of people's first exposure to that kind of time travel. Like, yeah. I think, wasn't it like a plot point even in universe they were expecting time travel to work the usual way and it doesn't?
Yeah, because Trunks was completely taken aback by the fact that the act of him going back in time alone caused a ripple effect.
Yes. Which is actually a little more scientific to how we think universes work. You can't, yeah. I mean, as our current understanding goes, you can't go back in time. That doesn't... the way I describe it is time is a fuse and the present is a spark. The past has been burned away and there's just an infinite stretch of fuse left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like, you can't just go... You can go forward by waiting, but, you know, you can't. I love it. It's called the slow path. It's great.
Yeah. Time travel, I will agree, is theoretically impossible, but that doesn't stop it from being a cool idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always cool. It's just, I think it's easy to fuck up. So I think that might be...
It's a very complex idea, and with any complex idea, it's easy for stupid people to fuck it up easily.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's easy for stupid people to evilly fuck it up easily.
Stupid people fuck up. I think that's the conclusion that most of our topics reach. But yeah, like, it's easy.
There's the name for our episode. Stupid people fuck up.
We have too many good names for this episode. But yeah. I think it's easy. It's if you gotta be careful, and you gotta, like I was saying with the writing thing, sort of. You gotta really plan these things out and know your story beats and know how to fill them in.
Yeah.
Because that's how I plan stories. Is I usually actually start with how I want it to begin, how I want it to end, and then like the various beats in between, and then I fill in the gap between each of those beats. It's like a connect the dot puzzle almost.
Yeah, almost.
Actually, it's pretty much exactly that, except it goes in a sequential order. So you get it right. But yeah, I think a lot of times it fucks up by not thinking certain details through, or having characters come to conclusions they shouldn't be able to. I'm just reading something.
Oh my god, Tails' Sonic R model looks hideous.
What? Oh, the Wii one.
No, Sonic R for Sega Saturn.
Oh, what am I thinking of?
I don't know. All Stars Racing. You're probably thinking Sonic Riders.
Oh yeah.
Sonic R for Saturn. Tails' head looks like a box.
Hold on, I'll look it up as soon as I finish stretching.
No, hold on. I'll send it to you.
No, fuck you. I'll look it up.
I'm looking at it in my Sonic Gems collection manual.
Sonic R Tails model. I accidentally clicked shopping. Oh. I'm seeing two different ones. One much shittier than the other.
Let me look it up. Sonic R Tails.
Model.
Tails. Not tasks,
Model.
Tails.
Yo, spell check nonsense.
Tails model. Are you looking at the regular Tails and the Tails doll, or what?
I don't know which is which. What's going on?
It's the fourth one down.
Down or across?
Across.
Oh.
His head looks like a goddamn box.
It looks a lot better than the ones surrounding it.
Yeah, that would be Tails' doll.
Huh. That doesn't even look like a fox. It looks like a...
AKA demon.
Yeah.
Tails' doll looks possessed. Can you feel the sunshine?
Right. So, I tend to favor the multiverse style of time travel a bit more. You can't change history; you can only create new ones. Even though that tends to have a slightly more esoteric feel to it, because it's like, oh well, you might save your world, but there's probably 50 billion other worlds where things are fucked up and you can't do anything about it.
But in the end, you're just like, who cares? I'm safe.
Yeah, that feels a bit more naturalistic to me, I think.
Yeah.
I get why some people don't like it, because that's a disturbing implication. It's hard for some people to think on a multiversal scale.
Then again, you have to admit, it's a bit of a reflection of reality. Nothing has a perfect ending.
Yeah.
So it reflects reality in a bit, in that even if your life is perfectly fine, a lot of other people's lives aren't, and you may or may not have inadvertently fucked up other people's lives in the process.
Even alternate versions of you. Yeah.
That's stretching it a little bit, okay.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Well, I'm talking like in an actual reality context.
Right. But I also think that somewhat makes it more relatable in a way, because like fucking over someone else's life is like, okay, that's one thing. Fucking over your own life, or an alternate version of your own life, is like, it's a bit more personal, I guess. Although I guess there are some possibilities where you're just so radically different you can't even sympathize with yourself. But, it's a weird thing. It kind of respects the, I guess one problem I have with the more traditional time travel model is it kind of either annoyingly writes around or kind of ignores the butterfly effect, where it's like somehow very specific actions fix very general problems.
Yeah.
But what I do love is when those attempts keep failing, and then they have to keep working around themselves trying to fix it prior.
When you get right down to it, when you get right down to it, Dragon Ball Z is probably one of the better representations of a time travel plot in fiction.
Which is interesting considering he wrote it 1 week at a time.
But another thing that is Akira Toriyama is a notorious perfectionist. Like
Yeah.
he specifically wrote DBZ, Dragon Ball in general, so that it would not have any major, that it would have like no plot holes or as many, or he would try to iron out as many plot holes as possible.
Right.
Like
Whether
he wanted it to feel as believable as possible, so he tried to iron out as many plot holes as he could, including the time travel based ones, which I do have to give him some credit for.
Whether he succeeded or not is up to debate, but I think he did a great job.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I go on and on about how Dragon Ball Z hasn't really aged well and that it's really been overshadowed by its successors and stuff like that, as much as I go on about that, I will give Toriyama this, that there's a lot of passion put into it.
Yeah.
Like, it's clear that he makes manga and he loves making manga. And he loved doing what he did, even though he was forced to stretch Dragon Ball out further than he intended.
Yeah.
Like even then, he still tried to make it as good as possible.
Yeah. And even
just phone it in.
Yeah. And there are some elements that I feel would have been more solid if he was allowed to do what he wanted to do originally. But even then, he worked around it pretty well. I guess that does result in a few odd questions that probably do have answers, but I'm not aware of them. Like where was Babidi to resurrect Boo in Trunks' original timeline, or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm sure that has an answer. I'm sure he's answered that somewhere, but I don't know that personally. Yeah. And now it's getting even more complicated with the Time Bureau and the actual multiple universes.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Super is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it is, Kevin. And I'd thank you not to be so.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was trying to think of a French word.
I'm sorry. I do not care about Dragon Ball Super because we are 15 episodes in and we are still recapping Battle of Gods.
No, we finished that with 14.
It still took 14 episodes.
Well, yeah, but I appreciate that because I didn't see Battle of Gods, so whatever.
Yeah, but didn't it feel like unnecessarily dragged out and stuff like that?
No, but I think a lot of people are thankful to it because they felt Battle of Gods was rushed, so the extra screen time is appreciated.
I would have been fine with extra screen time if half the screen time weren't padding. I swear to God, we're going to have Dragon Ball Super Kai eventually. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm ripping up a plate. Anyway.
A paper plate.
Where were plasticky. Anyway, where were we 15 episodes into Z though? I mean, really.
15 episodes into Z, we were at the final battle with Vegeta.
I'm looking that up.
We were fighting Vegeta at that point.
Who's talking to you in the background?
Oh my God, they're being that loud. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
Fucking cat. Shut up. Baka. Come on.
Are you back? Hello?
Sorry, that was my sister's cat being loud, obnoxious shit for brains.
Cool. I just looked it up. Episode
That's not
15.
Cool. It interrupted the podcast.
Episode 15, Escape from Piccolo, Gohan summons a storm. It's the fucking boat thing. Where Gohan's at sea.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, it's that filler where he puts Gohan at sea to fend for himself as part of the training.
Oh, Piccolo.
Yeah,
Oh fuck, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Kai.
yeah, yeah.
I'm more familiar with Kai. I'm more familiar with Kai than I am with the original
Yeah,
DBZ.
let's see where the Vegeta duel ends. Let's see here.
30 episodes in.
30, 30, 35.
God damn.
So yeah.
Okay, I will give Super this. It's going a little faster than Z.
All right.
I'm still not giving Super much leeway. I still think it's dragged out to shit. Again, 14 episodes to adapt an 80-minute movie. That's unacceptable.
Well, not all of it was Battle of Gods. They didn't start Battle of Gods till like 4 episodes in, so there's that.
You still have like 10 episodes.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, it would be 10. But
you're really muddling the issue here.
I'm not muddling the issue. I'm telling you that the reason they did that was because they wanted to do more with it. Oh, jeez.
Unfortunately, they have no sense of restraint.
I think you have no sense of patience.
I think you have no sense of taste.
Yeah,
I take it back.
I think you have a shitty haircut and your parents never loved you.
You bastard.
Of course. Anyway.
You bastard, tell me more. like that's something new for you.
Yeah. It's like, and? But no, time travel has a weird habit of potentially being spoilery depending on the show. But what are some favorite examples of yours of time travel plots?
Are you well, I was going to say, are you familiar with the Groundhog Day plot? But then again, 1,000,000 to 1.
Right. Are you familiar with that thing you're doing? Bitch,
Yes,
I'm so familiar with it, I extended it to a whole week.
But I think one of my more favorite recent examples of the whole time travel thing, at the very least with the whole with the Groundhog Day loop, would be All You Need Is Kill and the live action adaptation Edge of Tomorrow.
Right.
Both of which go about the idea in similar but fundamentally different ways.
Right.
It's difficult for me to really talk about either one without spoiling it, but
I don't care.
I do.
I'm guessing one is significantly dumbed down from the other.
No. Each one is actually very intelligent with how it does it. I'd actually argue that the movie, which is based on the book, I'd argue that the movie makes a bit more sense than the book in that regard.
Does it, or is it just better presented?
It might be just that it's better presented. I don't know.
Yeah.
To be fair, Keiji's a bit of an unreliable narrator in the book to an extent, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Both are still fantastic and definitely worth checking out for the record.
Yes. A lot of the more interesting takes on it are things that are a bit spoilery. I'd like to talk about one, if you don't mind me spoiling it in very vague terms.
What would it be?
Wakfu.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
One of my favorite things about they did with the first season villain of Wakfu is that the whole he commits these atrocities, but his entire motivation for doing so is to undo everything he's done. Like his motivation is to collect this energy so that he can prevent a tragedy hundreds of years ago. So to him, he can cause any atrocity he wants because his goal, if he succeeds, everything he's done will be undone. Which when I saw that, I'm like, that's a very interesting way for someone to rationalize their actions, which is something I like. What I like when time travel stories explore is like how far can your actions go, knowing that you can undo them.
The moral implications of the whole idea.
Yeah.
That's a
And
that's a very interesting.
yeah, like just like every and then if
Honestly, the only thing I know about Wakfu is that one, it's based on a Korean MMO or something.
no
And,
no, it's a French MMO.
Well, it's based on an MMO, and two, the female characters are kind of hot. And three, Zone did a hentai animation featuring two of the characters that was actually really nice.
Yeah, it's based on the MMO. You don't really need to know anything about the MMO to watch the show. The only thing is they'll occasionally like throw weird jargon at you, but it's easy to infer. Like it's like blah blah blah. It's like, oh, that's the name of their race or something. Like it's easily inferred jargon.
It doesn't go through the unnecessary things, like it specifically stops the story to explain, well, as you know. It doesn't do that.
No.
A lot of people will probably just going back to the writing thing. One thing I really hate in writing, and this is probably something I'm going to get a lot of disagreements on, is I hate as you know exposition. Because if the character already knows it, why are you telling them? Really, you're just telling the audience. Why don't you just break the fourth wall while you're at it?
Right.
It's completely unnatural because no one talks like that.
Right.
As you know, you did this, and you should feel proud of it. So why don't you show us instead of telling us?
Yeah, Wakfu doesn't do that. Like, the only time it goes out of its way to explain something is if it's something that isn't self-explanatory or something that can't be inferred just from its name or something.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a bad side to that too. Like with the Star Wars prequels, the problem came from the opposite direction. All the characters knew everything, but the audience didn't. So it actually didn't do as you know, but that was the problem because then the audience didn't understand things.
Yeah, but the thing is, they didn't exactly take any effort to show it either.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying it can also, like, as annoying as you know is, it can also be bad from the other direction.
There's a happy medium.
Yeah. Now I'm reading the final season of the Smurfs is about time travel. I have no opinion on that. I'm just reading what I'm reading.
Did you just say the Smurfs?
Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I smurfing did. Anyway.
La 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 dash de bedonka. I don't even know how the original song goes.
Right. Trying to think of other things that I really like that feature time travel. Most of them are too spoilery for me to even talk about, which is part of the problem.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to say you should read or watch this because it's got this intricate time travel plot. It's like, actually, that's not something you're supposed to know going in.
Ooh,
that's the other thing.
Lesbians
That's the other thing, is that it's difficult to sell things when a lot of their intriguing points are things you're not supposed to know about going in.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Top Japanese lesbians choose top 5 anime characters they want as a girlfriend or lover.
I would even say
Mine, Fujiko Mine, of course. Everybody wants to fuck Fujiko.
I don't even know who that is.
Lupin the Third.
I don't know. I'm not aware.
Mitsuki Kanzaki from recently My Sister's Unusual.
Right.
I Haibara from Detective Conan.
No, I stopped watching that because I came in there for the incest, and then I realized this is actually a show for people who have a girl has to hold her piss fetish. I'm like, oh, that you misdirected me, sir. I am not into that.
That's ew.
I came in for one thing, and you gave me something else, and then I wasn't interested.
Ew. And it's for people with an incontinence fetish.
Is that the word for it?
People who can't hold in their piss.
No, people who have to.
Oh.
Oh, like they have to go, but they can't for some reason.
That's disgusting. It's like, why would you sexualize that?
I don't know. People sexualize everything, and I don't like. Everyone has their things. Like I don't judge, but it's like not my. I'm not gonna watch that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
So, how about that anime?
Yeah.
How about that time travel?
Yeah. Not to get too spoilery, I'll just say the initial, because there's two different versions. So I'll say the initial thing. I like the way Future Diary does it. With the at least the initial concept anyway. With the getting like certain information about the future, but not like the whole picture. It's not really time travel so much as it's just manipulating time. You know? Yeah. Like that, like Steins Gate did a similar thing with the D-mail or the T-mail. I forget what it's called. Where they would send their past self certain pieces of information and expect them to act accordingly to change the present. And sometimes it worked in their favor, sometimes it didn't. That kind of like limited information thing I think is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. What
the fuck?
Morty.
What the hell is Neon Taster doing with his avatar and his banner where he's got these black lines going down it? What's he doing?
It's supposed to be some kind of like scary Halloween thing.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's been asking them that. It's like, why don't you guys get it?
Well, it kind of looks like he's depressed or something.
Yeah, looks like fucking Charlie Brown Cloud. I think the Halloween thing showed a lot better with the, what did he have, like a cobweb and like a little spider and a bat or something?
Actually, no, I think he had his regular avatar, but he had like a jack-o'-lantern face over the face.
That might have been another year. I was thinking about that. That probably got the message a lot clearer than weird film grain.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly think he did this by putting it in paint and then doing like the marker tool overlay. That's what it kind of looks like.
Anyway.
Or maybe not marker. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. I think
there's not really much I can talk about on the subject of the time travel plot because that's more your thing.
Right.
Honestly, I'm like, well, as long as the logic is sound, I'm okay with it. Or at the very least, if you're able to do something fun with it.
Right. And I think we've been running for a long time. You're getting tired. I want a fucking sandwich.
I also need to take my dog out.
Fuck your dog. You think I give a fuck about your dog? Nigga, fuck your couch. But anyway.
Fuck.
I think it's about time we wrap this up. So, Kevin, where can people find you?
Well, not sure since it was the last time I said it, but you can find me on Twitter and Tumblr at CCharmanderK. That's Charmander, the Generation 1 Pokemon, a starter, the fire starter, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
With C at the beginning and K for Kevin at the end. Pokemon Go comes out next year.
I never knew what that was for. What's the C for?
It's a repeat of the C at the beginning with Charmander because the beginning of the word looked barren.
Really? That's it?
It looked cool.
Stuttering is the cool thing to do.
Charmander K.
You can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/ZekeFreak, ZEKEFREEK. You cannot spell freak without free. You can also find me on YouTube, like you're on right now.
You can't spell. You can't spell what?
You can't spell freak without free. It comes from
you cut out again.
You can't spell freak without free.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Like
it comes from. It comes from a. It's actually an interesting story that I'll tell you off air because I'm trying to wrap up. But anyway, you can find me at twitter.com. You can find me on YouTube. Subscribe if you like this podcast and other things I do. You can find me on Hummingbird, Skype, Dueling Network, other things. If you want, you can check out 1,000,000 to 1 on Zeke Freak on Fiction Press as well. It's right there. You can also search for it pretty easily because it's like one of the longest of its stories of its category.
How many chapters you got on there?
43.
Shit.
Yeah. The early ones are short, and then because I didn't standardize it, so I'm just like, I'm going to write until the set piece is done. And later I standardized it to around 4 to 6K each. So
okay.
That's the thing. Fiction Press, Zeke Freak on Fiction Press. I don't think I've actually pimped this since like episode 2, but we have an email. You can send it. I keep forgetting. You can send us mail at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com. Don't worry about me missing it. It redirects right to my email. At least I think it does because no one sent us email yet, so I don't know if it works.
Do it!
But just do it!
Make your dreams come true!
Yesterday you said tomorrow. Anyway, so hopefully it'll be just redirected to my account. If not, I'll check the account anyway. So you can send us email there. Any questions, comments, concerns, hate mail, bribes. We'd love some bribes.
Give me that money.
Not blackmail, though. We're not a fan of blackmail. I'm going to be honest. Try to avoid that situation.
Yeah. Leave that to the SJWs. I think they do a pretty good job of that as it is.
Oh, they're great at digging up 4-year-old Twitter tweets, you know.
Twitter tweets as opposed to...
as opposed to LinkedIn tweets or one of those like Russian sites that are on the same like social media bar under this video.
Yeah.
You know the ones.
All right. Well.
So yeah, this has been the Baka Gaijin Show. Zeke Freak out. Ciao for